right now. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Culturally Rooted. We got the one and only EtuSZN in the house. Come on, give it up.
Are we running?
Get it.
Running and gunning right now.
Shoot.
We on right now, my guy.
Yo.
Fire!
I wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready. Hey, he was dropping some bombs for us.
That's so crazy.
And to my left, we got Brown.
You know
in
what I'm
action.
saying? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but
Come on.
can we just say how good it feels to get the toco in here? You probably heard the story. We about to get into it today, but hey, real talk, Etu, we just humbled that you came and gave us some time today. We want to give you your flowers.
Yes, sir.
Get the story out there. Get the people on if they don't know already, but culturally rooted, bro. That's us.
We are culturally rooted, having a good time.
Hey.
Welcome.
Already with the good vibes.
Yes.
We got
Yes,
some
sir.
Celsius Live Fit. This tastes good, bro.
Hey,
I know that I told you that I would say that it tastes good so we can get the sponsorship,
He didn't say that.
but it really does taste
I appreciate
good.
you for saying that,
Celsius.
though.
You hear that?
It really does taste good. I like it
we
a
own
lot.
it. We own
Appreciate
it.
it, bro. Appreciate it.
And I've been needing to stay up to make music and stuff. So when you said it keeps you awake, I was like, now I have to drink it.
Hey,
Celsius,
you heard it
baby.
here first. Come on, Celsius.
Cheers for tonight.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, let's go back, man. Culturally rooted. We see the successful coconut tree that Etu's become. I know you just getting started, you on the way, but let's go back, bro. What do people not know about the upbringing, the roots? As far as you want to go back, man, let's talk about it.
Before I go back, is it okay if I address like the present?
Oh, yep.
Yes,
sir.
Man, interesting story. My brother had texted me because my boy Bearcat in Sacramento is an Uber driver, and he was driving around and he picked up somebody that was going to the Hola Fest out there.
Yeah,
Big concert,
that shit was dope.
Yeah, big festival, and he said that what the person that he picked up, which I think I know who it was. I don't need to drop any names. I don't need any negativity coming toward this person, because really it's not anything crazy. But what they said to him, because my boy Bearcat was playing my music in the car, and he was like, "Hey, you know who that guy is that's singing?" And he was like, "Oh yeah," and he just kind of played it cool, you know what I mean? And he said, "Yeah, man, he sold out on us. He went Hollywood on us." Yeah, it's crazy. Which is the funniest thing because.
Like that though?
Wait, what does that mean?
Hey, okay, look, all right, yeah. It might seem like it's bad, but like, you know, for me, I think that just kind of gave me a little bit of a gauge of how the industry sees me in the moment. But I just wanted to clear the air and say, as of right now, I'm not signed. I'm still independent, fully independent.
Okay.
And I want to just like get rid of that entire idea that I'm not trying to like be in and around the island industry, because this is my home and this is where I want to be at. You know what I mean?
Hey, can I ask you, was this a personal choice to decide to go independent?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Well, there was two. It's a personal choice, and I still kind of haven't heard back. You know what I mean?
What you mean.
Yeah, because there was a couple of things going on with the contract negotiation. And some things that I wanted to change on my end that I just didn't fully agree with. And Kapapulu, all I want to say is, all I want to say is own your masters. You know what I mean? And much love to, you know what? That's all we have to say about that.
Hey.
I have nothing negative to say about the other team. I just haven't heard back about anything because I know what I want and I know what I'm willing to take. And yeah, that's it.
Hey, my guy's doing his thing right now. It don't matter who he's under or whoever's watching him, but just know that my guy's still out here making some bangers.
But look, since we addressed that, and we got that out the way.
Okay.
Let's go back.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
Because we want to know where all this music thing came from.
Yeah.
So people might not know. So let's go back.
Man,
EPA.
Where you from? Yeah.
I grew up in Tonga, actually. Yeah, I grew up in Tonga. Me and my
nice sweater, cousin.
Oh, well.
Hey, shout out Trappuccino. Much love.
Lala, hook us up. Come on, dog.
Yeah, that episode was hilarious, bro. That entire episode. That man is a storyteller.
Hey, that's why we love him.
You ain't lying. Shout out Lala, bro. We love you, Tonga.
Tonga?
Now let me tell you a little story about Tonga. Let's take it back to. I'm kidding. I'm not about to do
I
this
was like,
right
damn,
now,
this
bro.
is an intro to a song right now.
I was about to leave back.
I grew up out there. Well, I left here I think when I was 4 years old. I went back to the islands.
Okay.
Spent about 7-8 years out there, and then I came back. Yeah, and I came back when my pops passed away. And I've been here ever since. So I kind of spent a lot of time out there and out here. More time out here now. You know what I mean?
Wait, hold up.
Yeah, come on, cousin.
So going back to the island and spending like that amount of years there while
That's
you're
a long
young,
time, cousin.
were you like speaking Tongan or were you speaking English?
Oh, first I was speaking English, but you know, obviously you got to learn the language while you're out there. So,
Real talk.
because kids in those times will kind of look at you. The thing about Tonga that's different from the States is, in the States, everybody is trying to be unique. Everybody's trying to be different. You know what I mean? Whereas in Tonga,
You fall in line.
you kind of were looked at differently if you were trying to be different from everybody else,
Right.
because they looked at it as like, yo, you think you're better than us? You can't wear the same uniforms that we wear. You can't wear the same shoes, play in the same, you know what I mean, fields that we play.
How you
Like,
put that in perspective.
yeah, I mean,
you ain't lying.
and it's not even a thing of like, oh, you want to be different. If that's bad, it's more so like, hey, when we're here, it's a really tribal type of like, you know what I mean, mentality.
We all
like,
do this.
we all are the same. We are all on the same level. You know what I mean? So I really loved that about it. And there were some things that were hard about that, adjusting to being an American living in Tonga.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
what was something fun that you remember doing in Tonga that you're like they never do this in the States or anywhere else? Like little things that you would do for fun with your homies.
man, playing marbles, bro.
Hey,
Yeah.
you got a circle.
I used to be a sniper, bro. Yeah. Come on, bro.
See, everybody that play
Go
marble
draw up
all
the
of a
circle
sudden
right
they
now.
turn into snipers.
Sniper, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
All
if
right,
you know, you know.
Nah, but for real though, like I used to love playing marbles because every kid, when you walk around, you either have money. You know what I'm saying? When you walk around and you got like a pocket full of marbles, it's either because you got hella money or you the baddest one on the block. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody else's.
And for me, it's because I would steal people's marbles. I'm kidding.
See, now we know.
Yeah.
Now we know.
My bad, Fina. My bad, Tommy.
If you remember, yeah, he
that's
still
tight,
got your
though.
marbles.
Hey, that's tight that you grew up in the islands like that, man. Like I feel like you kind of appreciate things more.
Absolutely. It definitely puts everything in perspective.
Right?
You know what I
Grew
mean?
up in a place where they really don't have much.
Shit.
And when I got here to the States, you know what I mean? I hear my homies, some of my family, they talk about, oh, there's this thing that sucks about my life. There's this thing that sucks about my life. I'm like, man, we eat in McDonald's every day. Like,
What are you complaining about?
we got a comfortable ass bed to lay on, or you know what I'm saying?
More
like
than
you
enough.
have your own room, my man. You know what I'm saying? Like that was crazy to me. And you know, when you have nothing, you learn to appreciate everything. Obviously, you know what I mean? And
Hey, quote that.
when I came to the States, bro, I was just like, man, I don't feel like there's any one thing I can complain about out here. I'm living in the dream. I actually, when I was growing up in Tonga, the only thing I could ever think about, because, you know, my siblings would like, my mom's was living out here working, and, you know, she was sending money back to the islands to support the family, you know what I'm saying? So every now and then one of my siblings would come out here and be out here, and I'd be just like, yo. And sometimes I'd come out here too, but I'd be like, man, I want to live in America. Like, that's my dream. That's my
live that
goal.
life.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's the
We all
goal.
wanna live
Yeah.
that island, you know what I mean?
You ain't lying.
But we don't know. We come out here and it's crazier over here.
More
Okay, but see, look. So going back, like, so when you grew up in Tonga and you came to the United States, where were you guys at in the United States?
East Palo, Alto, California, Rogue City.
Hey, shout out.
Yeah, Elephant Graveyard.
Okay.
I was living out there. Actually, one of the first days I got here.
Wait, did you say Elephant Graveyard? That was hard. I don't know if y'all caught that, but that was a bar.
That's
Well, that's off Lion King,
well,
right?
yeah, the Elephant Graveyard.
Hey, that was. Hey, I had to go. Wait.
Yeah, you ain't
Man,
lying.
you know what it
I like
was
that.
like. It wasn't even. I can't even claim that. The reason why that's been coined is because East Palo Alto is separated from Palo Alto by a highway. You know what I mean? There's a freeway and an overpass that separates one of the richest, like, Silicon Valley. When you think about Silicon Valley, all the money that comes out of Silicon Valley, Palo Alto is one of the main hubs for that. And until recently, Facebook kind of took over and made East Palo Alto downtown. Facebook back in the day, It was the hood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you think about Pride Rock and you think about the dark side of Elephant Graveyard is right on the other side.
Ooh, y'all heard that?
You just schooled me on some shit.
Look,
I've been out there. Hey, real talk. I've been out there, man. Like, I stayed out with my auntie out there in Pittsburgh.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Hell yeah.
So
close to Antioch.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, my mom stay out in Antioch right now. But it's just crazy that I've been to the EPA and I'm telling you, bro, that's a whole different like.
Different.
So I like it when you say Elephant Graveyard because I'm like, oh, that was a boy. But you ain't shit though. I was cool. But, okay.
Keep me humble, please.
Okay,
My head is just going.
What I'm saying though, in between going back to Tonga and coming out here, did you ever find a passion for music? Was there anything there, or were you playing
music? Music has been in my
what?
family since the jump. You know what I mean? My pops was pastor, but also worship leader in the church. So me and all my siblings, you know, as soon as we're old enough, we grabbed like an instrument that we could play. You know what I mean? And we even when I was a kid, younger, when we would travel out here. Sorry, I need the burp.
You're good.
Disrespectful.
When I would travel out here, bro, like we would come out and do like action songs and like do special numbers in different churches that we would, you know what I mean? It was almost like a church mini tour and stuff, you know what I mean? So Pops was prepping us young. No, I'm kidding.
That's what's up though.
Hey,
but yeah,
maybe he was.
He's planting some seeds in you guys' heads.
Music has been in our family for the longest time. So, and when my pops passed away and we came out here, you know, just like if you lose the foundation of a family. And just like it would happen in any family, you start to like fall apart. Music was kind of the one constant thing that held us together, even in times when we wouldn't talk to each other. If there was like an event that we would go do worship at, we were all there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was kind of a little bit of that.
If you don't mind me asking why we on that subject, man, we don't have to go into it if we don't want to. But when your pops obviously was gone. Were you young?
Yeah. I was 11.
Shit.
I was 11 and passed away. So old enough to realize that my pops had passed away, but young enough to not really fully be able to process that yet. You know what I mean?
That's a whole different life too. Bro.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying, man. But yeah. So, but going back, did you play any sports growing up?
Man, I tried to play rugby when I was in Tonga.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But we couldn't do it because, like, you know, we would get whipped if we. Cause, like, it's school, academics, go home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I tried to play rugby and stuff, like, I was pretty good at it, bro. I'm not gonna cap to you, bro. But it just was never. It never felt that way for me. Like, athletics really never felt that way for me. As far as even being in Tonga and then coming out here, like. Trying to learn a whole new game. I actually love soccer more than I did football. You know what I mean? But everybody saw they're like a Tongan trying to play soccer. Like nobody else played with me. You know what I'm saying? I had to go play with my Migo friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they just thought I was like a chubby Mexican. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really know what a Tongan was at the moment. But
they still don't.
Nah, we
on the come up. Hey, but going back to the music. What was the first instrument that you like learned how to play?
Man, I can't even. I think it was the bass. Honestly, I picked up a bass and just kind of played that. But then I wanted to learn piano because I felt like that was the cool instrument to learn. So my brother, I was like, yo, I kept nagging at him. I was like, can you teach me how to play this? Teach me how to play this. So finally he put a piece of paper and he drew out like a piano on it, my brother Steven. And then he wrote like notes on it. And he was like, just learn how to play those notes on a piece of paper. Couldn't even hear it. You know what I'm saying? So I would learn how to play those chords on that piece of paper. When I finally got to play the piano, I was like, oh, like this is for real. Like this actually, you know what I mean? This actually works.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I fell in love with the guitar the moment I started like playing it. The first time I played it. So
what's the first song you played on that guitar?
There you go.
That you like taught yourself to play? You're like, I gotta get this song down.
Man, to be honest, there were so many songs that I had tried to like fake my way through, but there was this girl that I had a crush on in high school.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was like early.
Shout you out.
It was early on in high school, and she wanted to sing this song by Coldplay, and I was just like, and I didn't really know how to play guitar like that. You know what I'm saying? So she was just like, yeah, like I really want to sing at this open mic and stuff, but I only know I don't know how to play it. You know, I was just like, I know how to play it. I can play that song. And she was like, oh, are you serious? I was like, yeah, I can play it. Like, let me just go home, grab my guitar real quick. Bro, like seriously, I was like, let me go home, grab my guitar, and I'll come back and I'll play this for you. And I come back, and I go and I listen to the song, and I'm like, oh, this is actually not that hard. Like, let me try to learn it. And I start learning the chords and stuff. And you know, this was before YouTube had like all the tutorials for every single song
so you having a rough
in the world. So I'm over here like, all right, let me just figure this out. Bro. Up until like 10, 15 minutes before the open mic, like I was trying to learn how to play it. And when I went and played it that night in front of that crowd, like it just gave me this like, I love doing this.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I love doing this. And
that's that feeling right there, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so you back in the States now, just going through life.
Yeah.
How was that in EPA?
Yeah.
It was a culture shock, bro. Like one of the first 2-3 weeks that I was here, you know, we our family, like I just had to be home like before 5 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Before anybody realized, oh, school's done. Why is he not home yet?
Where's that at?
You know what I'm saying? But on my way back, it was me and my homie. We were walking down. It was university, and this car pulls over to the side right in front of us, not talking to us, but talking to another car on the other side. And they was just like, hey, there they go right there. And then they just pull out the piece and they start bucking at him. You know what I mean? Like right in the intersection. And I'm just standing there watching in amazement. And I'm just like, yo, this is like a Hollywood movie. And my Mexican homie grabs me and throws me to the ground. He was like, what are you doing, fool? Like, he was like, yeah, get down. And I was just like, oh, I'm not in Tonga anymore. Like, that's
real life, bro.
Yeah.
That's
crazy. So culture shock, bro. Like, for real.
Like,
shock, is this like 90s?
Hell no. This is like 2000.
Oh, 2005,
2006. Yeah.
God damn. Okay, so
it's still like
it was still messy,
huh?
Yeah.
It's still like that out there, bro.
Thankfully, so it's a lot better. Last time I went to East Palo, you know, there were some people out walking their dogs and stuff. So it's nice. It's nice to see the hood change a little bit.
They got some white people. That's
but hey,
thank you, Becky.
There's some good things and bad things about gentrification, right? Like, yeah, you get safer streets, but you also start to lose a lot of the culture because a lot of the people who are kind of make up the culture of the city, they get forced out. You know what I mean? The restaurants, the mom and pop restaurants, the businesses and stuff. So. Yeah, it's bittersweet to see East Palo Alto that way, but I still got love for my city for sure. Speaking of East Palo Alto, there's a food festival coming up. I am not sure what day it is. I think it's October, the first week of October, but it's a South Pacific food festival. Tokemoana's partnered up with some people, so I'm gonna post it up on my Instagram. Come follow me.
Hey, and we'll put it on ours too. So
yeah, I'll see y'all there.
Yeah.
Go hit that up.
Got some good food over there.
And there's gonna be a lot of good food there.
Hey, but okay. So we know you as Etu, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard some stuff. I mean, I didn't hear, but some little birdies was telling me when you was starting to get kind of serious into this music industry, you went by a name called Eddie Dino. Can you break that down for us? Who was Eddie Dino and what kind of stuff did he play?
Man,
well, where did the name come from?
And the name, yeah,
you know what I mean.
As far as the name goes, Kapapulu, you know, Kapapulu, real quick, with a little money on the side, real quick. You know what I'm saying?
With some little mayo on there,
yeah. I'm never gonna tell that story, but
now you Gucci.
Maybe on my deathbed, but the actual name itself was an alias that I had created because I was kind of insecure in who I was. You know what I mean? Because you know, you got to understand when I started making music, I was making like kind of like singer-songwriter stuff. I was listening to a lot of John Mayer stuff and making that kind of music. But
Fire.
And he's crazy dope.
Gravity.
But this was, hey, yo.
No,
can you hit that note again?
No, don't amp him up. Don't do that shit. Let Etu sing it. Can we get a cover by Etu?
We need to hit that note again. I need to hear that one more time.
Hey, no, but look, real talk, we can connect with you on that part because being from Utah, It's all Palangis though.
Mhm.
So when we go to school, we listen to Sum 41, some Linkin Park, Coldplay, and then we come back home and it's all reggae. You know. So when we heard you saying John Mayer, these were people who you were listening to. We're like,
we didn't know.
That's what I listened to. I listened to a lot of.
we on that shit too.
Yeah, I listened to a lot of alternative rock, Maroon 5 in the early days, you know what I'm saying? And when I would listen to this type of stuff, I'm in the hood, you know what I'm saying? So like everybody's listening to
at you like
they're either old school R&B or like hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Or just straight up reggae music, you know what I'm saying? And that was cool to me, but I just wanted to be like, I wasn't a rebellious soul per se, but I just wanted to expand my influences a little bit, you know?
You're like an old soul in a young kid body, bro.
Bro, like,
but did you?
I'm not even kidding, bro. Like we had a Ford Focus, and every time I'd be mobbing, I'm driving without a license, hella young, but I'm like, you know, I got the CD in.
Yeah, he was a Tonga EPA.
Yeah,
watch it.
bro.
Typical.
But like I'm mobbing around and I'm listening to, like, to be honest, Coldplay, you know what I'm saying, some alternative rock, some Taylor Swift even, you know what I mean, in the early days. I love their songwriting in the early days.
Where did that come from? That's just
because that's not where you grew up.
That's what I'm saying. Like like how cousin was saying, we at home we listen to reggae and all that.
I think it's a little bit of everything, bro. I think it's because I went to all the high schools in my district, so you know, some of the high schools were predominantly white, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So when I'd go there, you know, you get kind of like different artists that they listen to. And then when I go on LimeWire, you know, to download some stuff for the CD.
Hey, yo.
You know what I'm saying? They got like...
Can you explain what LimeWire is?
Oh, man. Is it that time already? Have people forgotten?
Some of these people don't know what LimeWire is.
Bandshare?
LimeWire back in the day used to be this thing when we download. Nah, like... You know, some of the top tracks that be on there.
Yeah, you just be listening.
I just be like, man, what is this Maroon 5 song? You know what I mean? When Sunday Morning just came out. When it just came out, and I had asked, you know, the people, shout out to my family, early days, we had this band, One Blood, One Sound, you know what I mean? And we always used to just play like reggae music, you know what I'm saying? It's just be, and the crazy part is, this is before like social media, this is before all of that. We would have like 300-400 kids coming to the Young Life Club room from around the Bay, and we'd be in there playing like music for them, you know what I mean? And it'd be my cousins singing, it'd be Melis, Leah, Nana, Joe, all of them singing for everybody. And you know, this is kind of like a time before everybody was so into their phones, you know what I mean? And
so it was like a word of mouth. People start talking about like, hey, we gotta go check
people
out.
Like, yo, we gotta go kick it with, you know what I'm saying? They got free food, first of all, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to
people showing up.
Mama Sella and Steve, you know what I'm saying? You know, and everybody that was part of that village that kind of, you know, raised us. Wow. They were just like making food for everybody, and it was a safe place in that time to be in for everybody to come hang out, you know what I'm saying, speak a little gospel, you know what I'm saying, play some music that they want to listen to, and then, you know, eat some free food. But we would play music for everybody, and eventually it got to a point where my brother was like, all right, everybody, like, you know, you guys start choosing a song that you want the band to learn, you know what I'm saying, and people are bringing in, you know, Mela, and then we're singing like Epiphany and all that, like some of these hits and stuff. Damn. And I was like, hey, can we play Sunday Morning? You know what I mean? Okay. And then they bring up the song and they're like, yo, they're listening. But my family's a musical family, so we did it anyway, and you know what I mean? And then the rest of the people started getting into it, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. I feel safe to start doing some of this music that I'm doing. Wow. And yeah.
Hey, that shit's dope as fuck. Let me just say it right now, because people over here right now, there's all these kids that are interested in things like that, but there's no outlet. Mm-hmm. Like, just saying what you saying right now, if somebody did that right now, right here, Salt Lake City, can you imagine how many...
You know what's funny?
Kids will come out to that? Just to be a part of that?
That's part of what I'm... Man, I'm not saying I'm trying to pioneer something. What I want to do is shout out to my family at Bonfire. They've got they're building up their Kava club, you know, the Kava bar. But I want to start hosting open mics over there. You know what I mean? When's the last time you've been to an open mic? You know what I mean?
Hey, I ain't even gonna lie. Bro. Like, I was really gonna ask. Like, in my mind when you said that I'm gonna start doing open mics, I was thinking in my mind like, damn, bro. Like, right when you said that, in my head I go, oh,
it's been a minute.
But
I don't even think I've been to one.
I grew up in a creative community, and not because it was all around me, but because I sought it out. You know what I'm saying? And even like down to Justin and then some of my mentors in East Palo Alto, they used to throw open mics every Friday. You know what I mean? And you just have talent from the city coming through and singing music, rapping, you know what I mean, doing whatever they wanted to do, expressing themselves, you know what I mean?
Now, you know what's tight about that too is like when people when you go out of town or you go places, like and you walk by like a restaurant that has live music or that have performers, that's like the one in your mind you're like, I want to go in here, bro.
Or bro, like you just
so
walking by, you stop.
That's what I mean. That
like,
makes sense to me. Like how you said that, like open mics. Like anybody that walk by is gonna be like, what's going on in there?
Yeah.
That sounds dope. And I feel like that's what our people need anyways. Just somebody to give them a hand in a way.
An outlet, bro.
Yeah,
it's an outlet.
There you go. That's the word. An outlet. You know what I mean? And for them to go over there and feel comfortable.
Yep.
Because they're around people like him.
Right.
You feel me? And they could just play them like.
It's
different when you're comfortable because then you play
like,
music
look,
because it's
like me and you,
out.
we be jamming.
Oh, hey.
But say like somebody like EtuSZN over there, he's gonna be like, hey, this kid got an ear for something else. Let me go snag this kid and show him the road. Hey, you ever want to get into it?
I see what you mean.
So like, there's a
but even in that, sources. You know what I'm saying? Before it gets to that point, even there's kids out here who don't even have like a place where they feel like they can go and express themselves and get the type of experience that leads them to be comfortable on a stage. A lot of the kids these days, they go from 0 to 1 million followers in two nights. And they hop on a stage and they're just like, I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? And not even that. What about the kids who just don't have a place where they can actually go and perform their art?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or feel safe to go and do the spoken word and stuff. Like, for me, if I didn't have that growing up, bro, I wouldn't be here today. I know that for a fact. You know what I mean? And so when I think about that, I'm like, man, how many kids are missing that because that's not available right now?
Right.
Big facts.
And if I think about the things that are tangible as far as like trying to change the world, that's something I can do. You know what I mean? You think about it, like there's so many people who want to change the world and do drastic things and do amazing, huge, big feats. And I'm like, man, power to you. Live out that dream. But I'm starting to realize there's only a finite amount of time that I have on this earth. So what are the little things that I can do to start making small changes that ripple into maybe something big? You know what I mean?
Hey, shout out. Yep.
Yeah, what was that cover part that you talking about? Shout them out again.
At Bonfire. Yeah. They rebuilding the inside right now, and they're trying to make it like, you know, network friendly, so you can have the stuff like streamed and all that. And you know, there's a lot of plans going on, but as far as right now, I'm just like trying to take it one step at a time. Hey. And I know for a fact that when I talk to them, you know,
that's all you do.
I talked to them and they were like, yo, this space is going to be an open and safe space, you know what I mean? And if whatever you have is and follows in those two guidelines,
you're good.
Use it. And I love that. I love that. Shout out to my family.
Shout out Bonfire. Hey, you gonna catch culturally rooted over
You ain't lying.
Hell yeah.
You know we gonna have to show up over there.
Real
talk.
Have some fun. But hey,
let's
go back. We going too far.
We talking into the future already.
Yeah, that's cool.
We on Eddie Dino though.
Oof.
So what? Like, how old were you when you pursued this name, and what kind of music was you pushing at that time?
I think I was 16.
16.
That sounds like about it. Yeah, you know 16, what I mean. Everybody 17. Has that first name where they made their name, and you're like, now you're older. You're like,
I had a name before Eddie Dino, and I'm not gonna say it.
Go ahead.
You know what I mean? But that lasted about 2 weeks, and I was like, man, that is so corny. I'm about to change it. You know,
flip it real quick.
And you know, the reason why I chose Eddie Dino is because you think about a kid who's insecure about who he is. You know what I mean? And what am I gonna tell everybody then, man? Oh, what's your artist name? Etuatefina. You know what I mean? That's my like, yo, what, like, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, what the hell? Especially in that time. You're like thinking about,
right? Because the internet was
people weren't like as inclusive, and they weren't as open minded. They'll be like, that's a weird name. You know what I mean?
Already in a different mindset at that age, bro.
So I was like, man, you think about Richie Valenzuela changed his name to Richie Valens. You know what I mean?
Make it easy.
You think about Bruno Mars. You think about, you know what I mean? Like those type of names, I was like, all right, I gotta have something that I can stand on, and when people hear it, they hear the music with it too, and they're like, oh, this is something bigger than, you know what I mean, than was presented just a little coconut in front of them. You know what I'm saying? Who's making this type of music? So whenever people would hear the name and the music, and then they'd see my face, they'd be like, oh, what the heck? That's you? You know what I mean? They expect some like skinny white kid. You know what I'm saying? And about that.
Yeah, I feel you.
And that's the truth about it. And the reason why I would smile every time somebody would say that type of comment to me is because I'm like, yeah, that's exactly why I chose that name, and that's exactly why. You know what I mean?
You don't know.
Yeah,
You just listen to the music.
But yeah, and that's who Eddie Dino was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to make music that didn't conform to what other people wanted, and you know what I mean, out of an island kid. You know what I'm saying, bro? I was I don't know. I had so many covers up on SoundCloud and YouTube and stuff. I'd taken a lot of them down over the years.
Are they still up? Shit, I want to go listen to this shit,
bro. You know how insecure I was about the music, bro. I'd put up a song. I'd put up a song for like 3 months, and people would go crazy over it, and I'd be like, man, it's not good enough, and take it down. It didn't matter how much love it got, bro, but that's just how I was internally. You know what I mean?
That was just you.
I was trying to find my identity. I was trying to find who I was. You know what I mean? And
damn.
but
Hey, what was it like? More what'd you say? What, like R&B, reggae?
nah, pop.
Pop.
Yeah, it was pop. It was a lot of pop music that I.
Who's the king of pop?
Are you asking me who's the king of pop?
Yeah.
Oh, who's the king of pop?
Who's the king of pop?
Is this a trick question? I
No,
feel like we all know who the king of pop is.
Yeah,
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, we all know who he is.
for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, but okay, so you start pushing music.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Dino trying to create music.
Man, I didn't even want to drop my music, bro. I started making it. You know, one of the first ones to drop one of my songs on SoundCloud was my cousin Pesa. I was living with him at the time, and I was just like, man, let me make this music. This sounds tight. And I made a vibe song called Foilole to like Egyptian song. You know what I mean? And I made it to to the Egyptian beat, and I was like, this is tight.
Wait, what Egyptian
Cousin,
song?
yeah.
That's my.
Egyptian,
I love that
yeah,
nigga. Yeah.
Bro,
gotta
Egyptian.
listen to
Mama
this.
song, cousin.
Come on,
Bro,
man. Come on.
I made the song and I just left it, and this man uploaded it on SoundCloud, right? And then he was
Your
just
cousin.
yeah, he was
It
like,
went
bro,
off.
it's going off in New Zealand right now. It's going off, whoop, 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 whoop. And he was like, look, it's almost got 100,000 plays. I was like, hella high. I was like, bro, why did you drop that? Whoop,
You ain't
whoop,
lying.
whoop, whoop. You know what I'm saying? And the first thing, cause I was just embarrassed, because the first thing I said on there was like, I was just talking about, you know, this spicy girl who I was talking to at the Mi Pueblo down the street. You know what I mean? And I was embarrassed about that part. I didn't care about the rest of the song. I was just like embarrassed about that part. He was like, nah, they're going crazy for it. And people were just commenting. They were like, man, we need more songs. We need more music. And I was just like, I mean, I guess, you know what I mean? Okay.
If y'all want it, I guess I can supply it.
Originally, I wanted to be a songwriter. I wanted to be just a songwriter and producer and write for other people. You know what I mean? But man, I would message people, and I would be like, hey, I got a song I think you'd sound tight on. I got a song that you know you might like, or you might maybe you might put it out, you know what I'm saying? If you want to listen to it and not just be left on red, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't get any responses back, you know?
We're respecting it. Huh?
So I mean, like, you know, and for me, I'm just like, in this day and age, yeah, people would definitely take a song that I would send to them. But in those times, you know what I mean?
Okay.
When you've
They're
got
too good, huh?
the original beginnings of like the island reggae movement, as far as like Cali was kind of crossing over, because you have like people like K Nova who were like mixing together like that Bay Area and reggae sound, you know what I mean? And you know, hey, I'm gonna just say this about Nova: people don't give him enough flowers for the sound that he brought to the island reggae industry,
Hey, you ain't lying.
to the island industry. You know what I mean?
Big facts. Shout out K Nova, man.
Like, my guy made like a lot of like cheap sounds on GarageBand sound great together, and that's just his musicality. You know, just using what he had in front of him to put a song together. And shout out my brother, man. Like, you know, for real, like I need somebody to give him his flowers, and he's got an incredible pain game as well. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, like, you know, I was putting together songs that people weren't really interested in. So I was like, man, why don't I just put it out myself? You know?
Okay.
And that's how I became an artist. Like, for real. That's how I became an artist.
Wait, hold up.
Don't go too far now.
Hold up.
Don't
Okay.
go too far.
So you saying you was making music, you wanted to be a songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
No one's taking you seriously. So then you're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna push it myself.
Yeah.
But were you always like lightweight singing? Because we know you've been involved in music all the way growing up.
Great question.
But I guess you had to be singing a little bit here and there, or you know, melodies or harmonies. But
Man, I'm gonna just say it like this: were it not for technology, I wouldn't have a career right now.
what do you mean by that?
I mean, like, there are people who are embarrassed to say they aren't real singers and they use autotune and stuff. I am not one of those people. Like, Autotune and Melodyne really did make my career for me, because I only wanted to be a songwriter and an artist, but using technology, I was able to kind of, especially, I'm not like naturally the best singer, you know what I mean? Like I kind of like started developing that as the years went on, but early on, you know what I mean? I just kind of had to fake it till I make it, and people were like, you sound great, you're a great singer. I'm like, it's the tone. You know what I mean? Like, you love the tone, and what I'm using is technology to help me get that tone to kind of fit my songs and stuff. And, now I can sing. You know what I mean? I can.
What to say, bro? Like, your voice sound like how you sing. Like, you just got like a nice, smooth voice.
But it's also cool that that wasn't like your special. Like, you knew that wasn't your thing. Like, you're like singing.
Bro,
it's not my. But then you worked on it. Like that's what I'm trying to say. At least you knew that. Some people. Like how you said, don't know that. They out here singing and we over here like, bro, I don't know who told you.
Trash.
Hey, and that comes to my next question. Who are these people you talking about?
No.
Who are drop one name.
Yeah, now you sorry now.
I'm just kidding.
No, but dude, it's tight to hear you say that you've been using technology, because like, to me, the tools are here.
That's what I'm saying.
Why don't we use them? And that shit that you be bringing through technology.
Fire.
You know what it is, bro.
I mean, obviously.
Bangers. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm going to say like this, bro. Like, if you want to do anything these days, like anything, bro, anything, it's on the internet and it's available for you. Like, every single thing.
Big facts.
Not a single excuse,
you
bro.
Learn how
like,
to do anything right now on the internet.
And obviously, there are some limitations to certain things, bro.
Right.
Here's the testament to that. When did you guys start this podcast?
Bro, we
like
a month ago.
A month ago?
No, actually, we started shooting about 4 months ago.
4 months ago.
4 months ago. A year ago, did you think that you were going to be doing this podcast?
No.
Nah.
2 years ago, did you think you were going to be doing this podcast? Here's the thing. We are here right now, sitting in a studio with lights, with a mic set up and everything. You guys have had Analea Brown in here, Lala Ellsworth.
Hey.
You know what I mean? How many other guests?
Come on. Keep
4 months. 4 months. You only started recording 4 months ago. That is a testament to everything is out there and ready for you to do. You know what I mean? As long as you have the mind and the commitment to follow that through. You know what I mean?
Listen
like,
to my guy, bro.
He's
Dropping some,
Hey, real talk,
he dropping some shit on y'all.
Hey, I appreciate you, man, for saying that.
But here's the thing, bro. And let me I have to give flowers where flowers are due. Thank you for furthering the culture. You know what I mean? I know there's a lot of people who are like starting to pick up and do podcasts, and people are like, man, too many people are doing No, I don't think so. I think that we need to oversaturate the market and we need to put as much representation online as we can. You know what I mean?
Please.
Granted, there's some people who have some mics that shouldn't be saying some of the things that they're saying. You know what I mean? And yeah, you can feel a certain way, but that don't mean you got to go and make an idiot of yourself on it. You know what I mean?
You ain't lying.
Yeah, but for me, I'm just like, if you have. This is like the perfect example of like living out your dream, right? Like, yeah, you guys do other stuff outside of here. You know what I mean? Is the dream eventually to have this be the only thing that you do for the rest of your life? Absolutely. That'd be amazing. You know what I mean?
Big facts.
But that doesn't happen without taking these steps first. So follow suit. Do it. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
hey, big shout out to Etu, man.
Talk,
We all on this journey, but hey, big facts, man. Our people aren't in spaces that they need to be in. So if you ever feel like you want to dab in something, fucking go for it, man. That's what we here for. But okay, look. We going off again, but
right.
Sorry guys.
No. Hey,
I'll be like everywhere.
Like
shit,
that.
Etu giving us flowers. We like getting flowers too, because we give them out a lot, but we don't really get them.
Hey, real talk.
But hey,
So that
what was the transition between Eddie Dino and then Etu? Like, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna take this name.
man,
It was
dude.
a girl, huh?
Nah, definitely not.
Wait.
Stupid.
Honestly, I think this is the first time I'm going to say this publicly.
Ooh.
I'd like to apologize to Island 98.5 in Hawaii, because
Okay.
yeah,
I know
yeah, I'd like to apologize to them because I was going through an identity crisis in a moment where I should be at the highest of my highs, because they nominated me for a collaboration of the year for me and Fiji. You know what I mean? Mr. Girl, Eddie Dino featuring Fiji. And
Wait. They what?
they nominated me for a collaboration of the year, and it was in a moment. It was actually that sparked this like identity crisis in me. So I'm not saying that in the bad way. I'm saying that to say
It woke you up.
it's just kind of like I'm at the pinnacle of where I should feel happy because, oh, my song is being played endlessly on the radio. How many people went to Hawaii and they started listening to my songs? They're like, yo, you're on the radio, like nonstop. I've heard this song like 17, 18 times today. And I should feel so happy about that, right? But I'm like, nobody knows me. Like, they know Eddie Dino. Nobody knows who I am. You know what I mean? And then I'm sitting here and I'm just like, and even Cole reached out to me and he was like, bro, I just need you to record a video for me. And in this moment when I go into like states of like depression and like, and it's not depression where I'm feeling sad, it's depression where I'm like, I physically can't do anything. I'm stuck. And I'm just like, you know, I sat there and I was just like also in my head about, who is Eddie Dino? Why did you create this person? Why aren't you, you know, secure in yourself to use your own name? You know what I mean? And I decided to step away from music because I just felt like a fraud. You know what I mean? I'm like
that though?
Yeah, I felt like a fraud. Like I felt like people knew me by Dino, knew me by Eddie Dino, and they were talking to this person that I had created instead of talking to me. So it's almost like
So wait. You created this avatar, we'll call it an avatar, right? From the beginning because like you said, whatever it was. But then now it's affecting you now, right? As you're getting older.
In that state where he
that
was
state
at.
right there. You're
Yeah.
like
He's
you're
getting
like,
awards now.
yeah, you're like, man, I started this, right?
Mhm.
Now this is like I don't feel good about that thing that you did, right? Because of the name, because you're saying
It's going to Eddie. It's
right.
not going
Because
to
now
Edu.
you're saying they know him, the avatar created. They don't know me.
Yeah. Well, Eddie Dino didn't have time to be depressed. You know, Eddie Dino didn't have time to feel like, oh, you're allowed to be human. You know what I mean? And when that's the only person that is addressed in a room when I'm there, it feels as if I'm sitting here and you're talking to my shadow.
That's right. That's what I mean. We're talking
You know what
to
I mean?
the avatar.
Yeah.
And you're like, bro, I'm right here.
Yeah. And it felt like nobody knew the real me, even in the music that I was making. You know what I mean? Like,
even though you were getting
pouring his heart and soul into these songs.
No, but not that. But you're getting like all the likes and all the the glory, right?
Attention.
But it's the attention. But you're saying it still felt like
empty.
Nothing.
Yeah, man. It was just I was just in a state in my state of mind at the moment. I had created this persona that cast a shadow over me, and I no longer mattered. You know, so
hey, that shit is wild to hear from your perspective.
For saying that, man.
Yeah, dude, for real.
Okay, and that was the
shaking point.
That was the transition from that to Etu.
I actually didn't even have that in mind. I just thought
because you stepped away. From
I was just like, I'm just not doing this. Period. I'm not acknowledging any of my peers who reach out to me. Music is dead to me. You know what I mean? Like I don't want anything to do with it. I'd be okay flying to Japan and like going out to like a, you know what I mean, to one of the small villages out there and just living a small, simple life. You know what I mean?
Yo, that'd be dope too.
and still today, I sometimes think about that. But, you know, in that moment, I was just like, hey, okay, what is it? What are the roots here? Where is this stemming from? And how do we address it? You know, and it took me a couple months to really kind of process that entire thing. You know what I mean? Because it really had to deal with identity and who I was. Because, you know, you talk about image, you talk about like who you are. Like body dysmorphia was a thing, bro. Like, you know, obviously it's cool, like having people be like, man, but you're a handsome dude. Woo, 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 woo. Like that's cool and all, but that doesn't change how you view yourself. You know what I mean? So you mix that in with now how you view yourself as like a personality and all that. It just, it all kind of intermingles and just all crashed down at one time. You know what I mean? And I just disappeared like the Avatar.
Dude,
but I kind of feel like we all kind of go through that in life. You know what I mean? Like, well, we think we have everything figured out, right? In the beginning, and then all of a sudden life comes and just Mike Tyson your ass, and you're sitting there in the bottom. You're sitting on the bottom like, damn, man. Like, but then you start thinking back, you're like, I started all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you have nobody to blame, kind of, but yourself, because you're like, I started it, and I got to face the consequences. But the consequences hurt, though.
Is it worth going through?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
But once you, but the only cool thing about that though, Etu, is that from there, there's only one way up. I mean, the only other way is up from there, you know? So I feel like we gotta hit that sometimes in life for everybody, because that's like, sometimes that's when you fold, you either decide to fold or you decide to get your ass up and come on, you feel me? But it sucks though going through it. But I'm saying, let's go back to that though. While you were going through that, you said you left music, like the thing that you love, right?
Like how long would you say you was
said
out?
3 to 4 months.
Oh, 3 to 4 months.
No, I left music, like really stopped making music, stopped doing anything with it for like 6 to 8 months. And
that's almost a year,
bro, 6 to 8 months after every single day
messing with music.
Every single day, either writing a song, either making a beat, doing something with music.
It kind of had to like mess with your mind,
bro.
Bit,
and
right?
and it, you know what it is, like people ask me all the time. They say, "Hey, like when are you gonna drop this song? And when are you gonna drop this song?" And on TikTok, I kind of coined the term in my bio. I say Mr. Unreleased because I have so many songs that I literally I put up like little snippets of it. You know what I'm saying?
Teasing people.
And sometimes I don't even mean to tease. I'm just like, hey, I'm so excited about this thing that I created today. And people ask me like, why don't you drop all these songs? And I tend to tell people, I'm like, man, I wish I could be like every other person who has like, who wants to go out there and plan out every song drop, everything. But music to me has never been that. Never been that. Music has always been an audible like journal to me. You know what I mean? Like it's literally every time I'm feeling something, I put it into a song. You know what I mean? And what you're hearing is not just clever words that I'm trying to chain together. It's feelings and emotions that I'm going through in that moment. Whether it's love, whether it's heartbreak, whether it's like, you know, whatever it is, like, you know. So when I do that, and people are like, hey, what's this song from 3 months ago that you were supposed to release? I'm like, that's great, like, but I'm creating something new today. I'm writing a new entry into my journal. You know what I mean? And that's what it is for me. Like people are like, when is this gonna release? When's the plan for this? When's the plan for this? When's the music video for this?
Okay, look.
Yeah, wait, hold up.
Journal for you, bro. You see, I didn't even. Cause to me, that's what music is. Like, I'm not saying it's my journal, but it's kind of my piece. You know?
Hell yeah.
I go I'll sit in my car, bro, listen to some music.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Get my mind right, if you know what I'm saying. and music is my cure. But
therapy,
you,
bro.
There you go. But for you to say your journal, right? And this is what I'm gonna go off of. You stepped away from that for 6 to 8 months. Something that really is like I'm saying, like a journal is something personal to you, right? So like I just want to go off of this. Like, what were you doing between that? If you want to talk about it, from stepping away from something you love, you know what I mean? Like what I'm trying to say is like we're athletes, right? Me and cousin, we love basketball and football. But I'm saying I've been hurt before where you're playing basketball and you got hurt and now you got to sit on the side.
I don't know what the fuck to do.
And watch your fucking team play, or you're sitting at home, you can't practice, and your mind just go crazy.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, this is something you love, bro. It's personal to you, music. I love that you said that. But if you can, just take me back to that 6 to 8. What were you doing at that time to not go crazy, bro?
Man, you know what it is? It was an exercise in discipline. It wasn't because what happened was in the time that I had become Eddie Dino and I had built up that alias and persona and that artist, I had lost my way of music being my journal, and it started becoming a job. You know what I mean? And people always ask me, they're like, man, like, it's funny to me, like I hear this all the time from family, from not family. Like you should be so famous right now, the way you make music.
Bro,
they're like,
hey, real talk. Man.
They're like, you should be so famous right now because you make, you know what I'm saying, this is the type of music you make and all that. Like people love it. Whoop, 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 whoop. And for me, it's always been, that's just a bonus. That's always been a bonus.
That's not what we're doing this for, right?
That's always been a bonus. Like I make the music.
Just get the music
how
out.
I make it. And the thing is, my brothers are incredible songwriters too. You know what I mean? Like, and they make music too. And sometimes some of the songs that they write, I feel on a personal level. So I feel like it's my own journal entry. You know what I mean? And I'm just channeling through it when I sing it. You know what I mean?
That's what music should be.
And when people start to be like, yo, let me put like some money behind this to whoop 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 and do this and this, and some people have great intentions, some people don't, but anytime that happens to me, it's kind of like having the balance of, do you want to do this for a career, or do you just want to do this for you? And I have to kind of constantly be in this battle of finding a way to navigate
both of those.
Yeah, because obviously at the end of the day, I want to be able to make a living off of just.
That's the goal.
Yeah,
that's the dream.
That's the dream.
But I also don't want it to be
consume you.
I also don't want it to lose the journal. You know what I mean? Like, because if I do, then like, why am I doing this anymore, bro? Like, why am I doing this anymore? If I wanted to make money doing the job, I'd just go work. And interesting thing, not interesting. This is just something that I did to myself when I was younger. I said, I'm not going to get a 9-to-5 ever in my life. You know what I mean? And there's some times where I've worked for like a nonprofit and stuff, and I've done volunteer work here and there, but I never wanted to get a 9-to-5 because I was scared of it becoming something that I got comfortable in, right? So like I said, and here's the thing, I have nothing against people who work 9-to-5.
Talk about
the reason why I don't want to work a 9-to-5 is because I'm one of those people who I'm like, if I get consistent and stable money, I'm gonna love it too much. It's so like, man, you mean to tell me all I gotta do is this, and every week I'm gonna be able to take care of this and this and this, bro? Sometimes in the music game, people don't understand. You're not gonna see a check for 6 months. You know what I mean? And that check, you have to make it last for as long as you might get your next check. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so unstable and inconsistent.
Look.
Exactly. Don't hate me as much now, do you?
Look, though, I love what you're saying right now, because people who want to chase dreams, they get stuck in that comfortable state of the 9-to-5. Well, I know this brings this every 2 weeks or every week. Man, I just don't got time. I don't have enough money. Nah, nigga, go chase your shit, because you're never going to know until you fucking just stop and do it. And that's crazy to hear you say that you made up your mind at such a young age that, hey, I'm not ever going to just allow myself to be stuck in this game.
To work you out there like everybody else.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. For me, it was a personal decision to say to myself, like, hey, no matter what happens, like, this thing that you love doing and is therapy for you is also going to be your provider, because God gave you this talent, and if I was given this talent for a reason, then it's going to provide for me as well. And that's been through different mediums and stuff, but like, that's the only reason why I brought that up. You know what I'm saying? Is because like I lost the part of that being a journal while also letting it provide for me, and I only focused on the provision. You know what I mean? But as far as like being a hustler and a grinder, bro, my brother V is like one of my role models when it comes to like chasing your dreams while still working. You know what I'm saying? Like he works in the daytime, and at nighttime until like he absolutely has to go to sleep, he's working on the dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
gotta do that. You gotta find time for that, man.
I mean, if you love it, you gonna make time for it. So
it's hard. Trust me, it's not gonna be an easy road. What I'm saying though, bro, is it's gonna be worth it, because it's your dream. But nobody's gonna live your dream but you.
Right. That shit just sounds hella crazy though, Etu, just you breaking it all down from your perspective and how it's a journal entry and fighting the side of making money off of it versus just trying to get your true feelings out, bro. Like, that's a true songwriter, bro. Like, just hearing him, the way you were breaking it down, bro, when you're sad, you don't want to go listen to a party song. You want to go listen to a sad song, because you're like, damn, this nigga's feeling what I'm feeling right now. You want to be happy, you go listen to a happy song, but that's just crazy to hear it all from your perspective.
And I like that too, that you said, obviously, the goal is, obviously to make money off of what we do, right? Like, cause that's kind of like us, you know what I mean? Like, everybody looks at us and say, oh yeah, you're doing this and doing that, but in our mind, we're like, bro, that's the goal. Yeah, we hopefully to get paid off of what we're doing, but bro, we
just love this shit.
We love doing this. And see, that's what we love it so much that we got into it.
Well, look, here's the thing, right?
Keep hating.
Let's switch gears a little bit, right?
Okay.
Let's talk about that type of dream chasing, right? So I've had conversations with like my brothers and some other people just about life and goals and ambitions, right? Okay. And I don't like to call them my team because they're not my team. They're there for everything. They're supportive and everything. I think I like to think of it more as a collective, you know, because everybody's kind of individually chasing their own things. But when people got stuff going on, like we all gather up together to support each other. You know what I mean? So when we had this conversation of like early on, like what kind of artist do I want to be? I can be an artist who makes Billboard songs and Billboard hits, and that's how I find my success. I can be an artist who is like an underground, who has a small fan base, but can consistently, you know what I mean, make money doing shows and you know what I mean, doing all that.
Sure.
Or I can be an artist who is purely off of like songwriting, you know what I mean, write songs for others and, you know what I mean, make my own music just for the fun of it. Like there's so many different avenues. Wow. And I want to talk about this to artists who are coming up, especially the younger kids who don't understand.
Put your headphones on.
Pay attention right now.
I can only say this because it was said to me and it made so much sense. Temper your expectations and set your goals for the exact type of artist you want to be. You know what I mean? Like if you want to be that Billboard #1 chart hitting artist, there's a different set of goals that you have to attain and different type of work that you have to put in to be that artist. If you want to have the solid like underground fan base and you can just tour every single year and eat off of that, but you only have 4,000, 5,000 followers on Instagram, that doesn't make you any less successful as the person who has a #1 hit. Because chances are, if you're a Billboard charter, you probably are signed to a label and you probably only eat off of 10%, 20% of that. So like,
heard that.
We're gonna get into that.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean? Like you think about the two different artists and there's nothing wrong with both of them. It's just how you choose to go about it. Do you want to be the artist who is independent and is just selling out their own, like, you know, smaller tours? Maybe it's only 150, 200 people, but you're eating off of merch. You're eating off of like, you know what I mean? Like it really is down to you. Sometimes people go into music and they're like, they just have this broad idea that everything is there, but you can literally pick which route you want to go and focus on that so that you're not getting lost in the sauce and trying to do something that gets you the cult following. Like, not cult following, that's a bad way to put it, but the underground, you know what I mean? Like the cult, like your cult following, your underground fan base, your army, you know what I mean? Your beehive.
Another word, hoe ass.
Nah,
your army, yeah.
The people that will support you, your fandom, bro. Like your real fanatics who follow you. And who knows? They might be making more than the person who's charting #1. But if you want the money, like if you want the fame, you know what I mean, and all that, then maybe that's what you want to go for. But there's a different set of rules that apply to that. So all I'm saying is, don't spread yourself too thin by not knowing what you want to pursue and not knowing who you want to be. That you end up 10 years down the road like, oh shoot, I was actually supposed to be doing this because that's what I actually want. Like, that's one of the first things you should figure out before you even get into music. And if you only want to do music just to make music, bro, that's okay. Just make music then and don't expect anything else out of it. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
For me, I'm lucky enough to have people who, damn, I love y'all. Every single person who supports my music, because I drop a song like once or twice a year, you know what I mean? And it's not because I like a project that once or twice a year, only because, like I said, it's journal entries for me, right? Okay. And when I actually decide to put the energy into putting it out, you know what I mean? That's when people actually are able to consume the music. But for me, moving forward into this next year, I have decided to take it more seriously as a career, you know what I mean? Because now I have found myself and I've kind of found my identity in my music, and I have figured out healthy ways to make it to keep it my journal while also pursuing a career in this, you know what I mean? And it's crazy. It took me like 11 years to figure this out, bro. But like, you know what I mean?
No. Yeah, hey, that's the beauty of it though, man. Is people think they can start something and then get rich fast, right?
Instant gratification.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then when they don't get it, that's when they like hit rock bottom and they can never get out of it.
Jeez.
But what's cool about it is you know the struggle, and look, things don't come easy, but when it is your time, it's your time. You know what I mean? Like there's always a time for everything.
Yeah.
But look, let's go back.
Let's go back.
Let's go back. Oh, I appreciate that.
Bro, I'll be going on a tangent. Sorry, bro.
No, hey, I love it, bro. You dropping jewels.
They need to hear that. Yeah.
And I like that. But let's go back. Look, so I gotta bring it up, man, because this is obviously how the world kind of knows you as, right? If we can, about the Twitch and right,
yeah.
So you made a song. How did you even get in the contest though?
Yeah, there you go.
How did this all? Are you okay if we touch in?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
This
so like
Nappy Boy March Music Madness.
March Music Madness,
yeah,
bro.
Can you
like,
take us through that? Like, how did
bro?
this
To be honest, bro, I just saw the stream pop up on my Twitch feed because I be going on Twitch and like watching streamers play like CS:GO, play Fortnite, play other stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like mindless entertainment. Apex, yeah, Apex for sure. I suck at Apex, but
me too.
I'm the GOAT.
Carry me, big backpack time. But you know, it popped up and it said T-Pain, March Music Madness, like taking submissions, and 2 or 3 times I tried to get in there, and then me and my boy Langiola's son, which I'm rocking his shirt right now.
Shout him out.
Hey, yo, let's
Shout
go.
out Langiola's son. He's an artist out here in Utah, EMG type shit. Shout out my boy Timo. Shout out Abigail. Shout out the whole. Everybody. You know what?
Let's go.
I rock
Dude,
with.
We can't have you shout out every.
Nah, shout out everyone. Shout them out, though. We here. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Nah, for real though. Like, here we go on a tangent again. Utah is, in my opinion, going to be the mecca of island music. You know what I mean? And
y'all heard it here first.
It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. You know, it's not something that's going to happen on its own. Like, we all have a part to play in this. You know what I mean? In my head, 10, 20 years from now, we have island media in Utah, which is like, you know, we have TV stations that run our own TV shows,
like BET.
You know what I mean? Studios, you know what I mean? That have island entertainment television. Think about that. You know what I'm saying? We have
start that now so we can get a part of that money.
Etu, you need to put us on though.
We have syndicated radio who is playing our music 24/7. Ad sponsorships from island businesses, from other businesses. You know what I mean? Like. And this is something that could be real because there's such a densely concentrated population of islanders in Salt Lake City and surrounding cities. You know what I mean? Like even down to Utah County. Like Utah is a special place because of that. You know what I mean? One of the main reasons why I'm here is because island business and island music can grow here.
Hey.
We about to get into that too, but y'all heard Etu say, if you got some money, let's make this happen. Because Etu got the brain. He know how to make this shit work. You got some change? Come on, let's do this.
Here's the thing. Don't look at me. I say that like I say that
bro.
I say that by saying it shouldn't be just one person who is at the head of this thing, running the entire thing. It should be a collective, because here's the thing, as Western society puts it, it's crabs in a pot. Everybody's trying to make it to the top by throwing everybody else down. Yeah. But the way the Islanders make it is we're tribal people. Like the only way we work is by, you know, each one teach one, everybody, you know what I mean? And I learned that from Big Steph, you know, from Drew Daisy, from my 454 family. Like, you know what I mean? If it weren't for them, I wouldn't have been in the studio with Fiji. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't have been in the studio like seeing Common Kings do their thing, Spawn, Breezy, Tanel. Like, I was in nobody, bro. Like, I was in nobody who they were just like, all right, this kid wants to do music, bro. Just hop in the car. Bro, I was in LA and I crashed Drew Deezy's rental car, and you know what I mean? And here's a picture of real love, bro. Here's a picture of just like, this man looked at me, kid, he barely knew. He was like, man, you crashed my rental car, bro. He was like, and I was just like, bro, like, I ain't got no money on me. I ain't got nothing on me. He was just like, you good, bro. Go inside. I went inside, bro. The whole thing was taken care of. Like, and that's just to say, like, I will never forget. The only reason why I bring up that story is because that's the kind of heart that people need to have in order for us to succeed, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Looking beyond, like, And yeah, you know what I mean? Like, they had the means to do whatever and take care of all that, but that's not the point of it. It's the heart of it, bro. He could have easily been like, man, you owe me this, you owe me this, you owe me this. You know what I'm saying?
Get out.
put your name on this, you're liable for this, you know what I'm saying? But that's not how the way they moved. And him, Feej, you know what I'm saying? Like those, Feej was one of the first people who was who did just offer me.
Fiji, man. I grew up on that music. I
feel the like legend.
That's what I'm saying.
The legend.
That's
he
big,
started
bro.
all this, bro.
That's
like,
big, bro.
Island reggae. If you don't know Fiji, you better listen to some.
Can I ask y'all a question? Y'all let me know.
Go.
Yes, sir.
Who would you say in this day and age could go back and go back to when Fiji dropped his first album and take his spot, like and have the same impact on island music that Fiji had?
Is this a trick question?
I'm gonna give you my answer right now.
And I'm curious for your actual answers. I'm asking. You know, I'm not saying this as in like.
Right now?
Go ahead.
Nobody. Real talk. I feel like Fiji is different, man. Like you have the person that is supposed to do that, like any sports, basketball, football, boxing, anything, right? I feel like for island music, like there's nobody now or even between them that can go back and take Fiji's spot and make the impact like that. In my answer, nobody. And we have some great singers, cousin.
Oh yeah, we got help.
But Fiji is different.
Look,
like I seen a video of the whole crowd singing.
Yeah, that's just fire.
And he was just sitting there, but the crowd. Cause when people know like that, cousin. Huh?
Okay, look.
Who you say?
I'm just gonna say. I asked you if it's a trick question because I'm with cousin. Nobody. The way this guy came out, island reggae. I don't know. I didn't know island reggae like that. And he was the only person that I would listen to. But that's like a whole lifetime's worth of his life, singing music, actually doing covers, branching out, getting people to listen to him that fucking know nothing about reggae.
But he can sing, cousin.
The falsetto.
Cousin, it wasn't that he can sing.
The beat.
Okay, no, hold on. You know, I answer. Let me get back to you.
Let's go.
You over here like
you asked the question.
He looked at us like, this nigga don't know nothing.
Hey, none, hell no. I'm listening and I'm taking that in, bro.
Okay, let me ask you.
Okay.
Who you think?
In Etu's mind, who can go back and take Fiji's spot and still have this impact now that we do now? Who?
It's you know what it is?
No.
Be honest. You only get one answer.
Yeah, I know. And the answer is the same. Here's the thing. I don't want to discredit the people that came before Fiji and the people who came during his time, who were also influences. You know what I mean? But in my opinion, one of the most influential people in island music, you know what I mean? Not island reggae music, in island music as a whole, you know what I mean? Because his influence extends to Australia, New Zealand, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like to at any place there's an islander at, you know what I mean? If there's one consistent name in every household, it's Fiji, you know what I mean? And can you say that about every single artist? No, you know what I mean? But and you think about the tree that kind of the branches that kind of spread out from Fiji, you know what I'm saying?
We all eating. I mean, y'all eating off of that.
We're all seeds of what he planted.
That's what I'm trying to say, right?
Everybody's
getting the fruit off the tree.
And that's the thing too, right? I still don't want to discredit all the people that came before him and with him, but I'm also just very, very I just want to be cognizant of the influence that he has, because, you know, bringing in R&B, bringing in hip hop, music, bringing in country. You know what I mean?
Come on.
You think about every genre that there is that was ever in the island household. He found a way to bring it into every single project that he had and make it so that it's normalized for people to be able to sing those things. You know what I mean? And you think about all the greats that came after him. You know what I mean? A lot of those people made their way by first singing backup for him, being in studios with him. He was kind of a co-sign for a lot of those people. You know what I mean? And people have good things and bad things to say about Big Bro, but for me, every single thing that he's done has further, and you know, there's a lot of sacrifice that comes with that. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna take every moment that I can to give him his flowers because of the amount of sacrifice. You know what I'm saying, that comes with that. But
big facts. Shout out Fiji,
man.
man.
He's still pulling up in wheelchairs, still performing. Look, that's what I'm saying. He love music.
That's the legend. Like I see people like putting him on right now, and I'm like, man, we getting towards the end of my guy's, you know,
life.
life.
Yeah.
Let's just be real about it. But man, oh man, the impact that he's had, the people he's put on that are big in the space right now, all sample off of this guy. But yeah,
Palo, Fiji.
I say that with the idea, going back to the entire idea of Utah, and you know what I mean, like island media and island industry, like how many people in the States, in Australia, New Zealand are able to have a career because of the influence that he had. But we've also grown stagnant and we've kind of plateaued as an industry.
facts.
We have kids who are making incredible R&B music, incredible hip hop music, incredible drill, you know what I mean? Whatever it is that they're doing, like, you know what I'm saying? And we have grown into this industry that is only accepting of what we're comfortable with. And you know what happened was we kind of built up to this place where now the industry can make money. You know what I mean? The industry, there are people at the very top, and there's only two ways to go about it. It's having the gatekeeping ego path and then the egoless path, right? And when you get a little hold of money, you know, you start to feel like, somebody come in from my pockets. I'm gonna keep this for myself and make sure that I can keep the system rotating for me. But the reason why I said, like earlier, don't look at me when it comes to like building this out is because if you put it all on one person, that's too much power for one person to have. You need to spread it out between the tribe, right. You know, and have people as a collective move together. And yeah, is it going to be hard work? Of course, but I got to believe that there's hope for us to be able to work it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got to do it. We'll figure it out. You know, at some point, or we'll get there. But look, we going too far ahead of ourselves again. Look. Okay. No, but shout out Fiji, because we were about to get into that, but you beat us to the punch. But look, when this what is it? Nappy Boy March Music Madness popped off. Real talk, I only saw the finale when you took it. But that first song, Obsession,
fire.
Holy shit. Like, I went back after I knew you won. I was like, who's this tongue cat? So I was just going back through the songs. If y'all haven't watched, it's on YouTube somewhere. Please just go and listen to the song. That shit was fire.
Hey,
but
cousin, look, it popped up everywhere.
It was everywhere. But look, this is the one thing I want to say about it. The song's fire. Go listen to it. But the thing that caught me about it was when they were just mentioning Etu in the beginning, you know, they're kind of laughing and kicking and shit, like, oh, Island Boy, because of his intro.
Etu.
Like, yeah, they kind of like lightweight teasing my guy, like, hey, they didn't know what the fuck they was about to listen to.
Come on now.
But right after the song finishes,
what happened, cousin?
Nigga T-Pain's on there, and he goes, fucking Polly, stand up. And I stood up like, fucking hell yeah, nigga, that's a talker right there. Nigga, pump that shit.
Hey, just going off of that, cousin, like I said, like I woke up going to work and he was all over social media. And I'm like, who the hell is this Etu dude? Right? So I start watching the video.
Yeah.
And the thing that caught my eye, right, obviously it's T-Pain.
It's T-Pain.
Come on, like I grew up on
one of the goats. Yeah,
I grew up on my dude's music. You know what I mean? Like him, he was
everywhere.
He was changing music before we even know what the hell was going on.
For sure.
Level. Anyways, and not only that, but it was a Tongan dude on there he was talking about, right? But going off of that, cousin, like when T-Pain said that. Me too, man. I felt like, so I said, who the fuck is this Tongan dude got me standing up, nigga, for no damn reason?
He got T-Pain saying fucking Polly stand up.
We on I'm gonna shout out Etu right now. Hey, I appreciate you, man. You look, because that's a whole different level right there. Because you got one T-Pain. Come on, man.
You know, for me, like, regardless of how, like, I'm staying independent and the contract, whatever, didn't, you know what I mean? Didn't pan out to what it was supposed to be. Like, recognition from somebody outside the industry who revolutionized, you know what I mean, music. Say what you want about whether or not you like it. Yeah. Recognition from somebody who changed the face of music was enough for me. You know what I mean?
Okay, wait. I gotta ask you this though.
Come on, cousin. I like that.
Although it was a competition and whatnot, you know, you had to go through the rounds.
Yeah.
In your mind, knowing that you're gonna put out Obsession, did you think like, nigga, even if I don't get past this round, this nigga knows I'm fucking with some crazy shit?
I wanted to win.
Damn.
I never had. Well, here's the thing.
Talk your shit.
I never had it in my mind that
Hell yeah.
like every single song was made in that competition. Like
That's what I heard.
Wait. These songs wasn't. You already had them.
None of these songs were stockpiled. Like you know what the funny thing is for the qualifying where you would submit a song to let like Payne listen to it and see if you'd get into the competition in the first place. The first version of Obsession wasn't even complete. It was like a super raw version. And I was scared about it because I was like, this is not mixed, this is not complete, this is not done, and this is the version that he's gonna hear. But there were thousands of people submitting, and mine happened to get in. You know what I mean? So I was like, I have to put up something. You know what I mean? So when I submit the song and he listened to it, and he was just like, he could hear that it was incomplete. He didn't say it, but he could hear it, and he hovered over it, and he was like, all right, I put it through. When he put it through, I took my ass to the lab and I made the rest of that song that night. I finished it up and I tightened the bells and whistles and everything on it, and I finished it. And I was like, the next time he hears this song, he's hearing a brand new song. It's the same song, but it's got the full EtuSZN touch. You know
I seen that part. Hey, this is he hasn't made it yet, and T-Pain's just like thinking if he should put him in or not.
Yeah.
Nigga,
What do you mean? Like to get him onto his live, right?
Yeah, to get me into that competition.
Okay.
Yeah, to
Bro,
qualify.
but he's just like, nigga, for like
30 seconds,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah, it seemed like forever.
It felt like an hour, goddamn.
When I went back and watched it, I was like, oh shit. But look, that shit right there.
Come on.
Especially,
What was the feeling after he?
Come on.
After he said,
Man.
and you were like, dude, that should me on his live right now.
Bro, like the when my name was actually chosen, I didn't find out like from him. I found out through like a flyer of like not a flyer, but like a bracket of the competition.
You seen your name on it?
I was like, hey, my name's on that bracket. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shoot.
But you were going against somebody else, right?
Yeah, and I was going up against somebody
that
else.
made music.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's move on to this. You said you knew you wanted to win this shit. You're like, look, if he submit me in here, I'm taking this.
Yeah.
And I actually saw the video too where you had your hair up and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and you were live on there,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you were talking shit too,
Mm-hmm.
on there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you were shouting out the person you did that song with. You were like, yeah, shout out this girl that I did the song that you were gonna play to win it.
Oh yeah, Give Me Love with Nani.
Love.
Yeah.
Hey, banger.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Please. If you haven't heard these songs, you get a little taste of fees. You get you get a little bit of reggae in there, a little bit of everything.
And it kind of looked like when you were gonna put that on there, it kind of looked like you already knew you were gonna win.
You know what? It wasn't even that. To me, I won being in the finals. I didn't care if I lost.
Oh, that's what you said.
You
Yeah.
win it.
No, that's
no
what
matter
you
what.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, "Hey, to my poly, stand up." That's what you said. You said because we already
win.
here.
Yeah.
Winning. Hey, shout
And that's my thing, bro.
Shout
Like
out for saying that, man.
that's for me. It doesn't matter. Like yeah, the competition is it's amazing, and I'm so thankful and grateful that my people were there to vote me through to win that. But like the fact that we already got there to me is just honestly a testament of the power of the village. You know what I mean? Like it really we are really stronger than we actually think we are, bro. Like, and
That's dope.
I was like, bro, I don't care if I win this, bro. Like I'm here, you know what I'm saying? Regardless, you know what I mean? And there's this person who's calling me by my first name that I've looked up to my entire life. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that to me is a dub.
And pretty boy.
This man sings a lot on the podcast.
But he need to stop though.
Hey,
okay, but look,
Yo.
you win.
Mm.
What's that through feeling right there?
Yeah, well,
You
how
just-
did you get to that?
Just
You know you
fucking
won?
won.
I
the
was
competition.
emotional, bro. I was emotional and in disbelief. And I wasn't even emotional about winning, bro. I was emotional about validation because it was the first, it was one of the first, like, I just dropped a project that's Etu. I just dropped it, and I had just dropped my first project, and then the next month this competition started. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
And that whole journey, honestly, that journey was kind of like I won regardless of how everything's worked out so far.
Right.
Like, do I know whether or not we're gonna make anything in the future? Who knows? Whatever. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But me finding myself in that competition is priceless to me.
Coming out on top.
Because, bro, I made some of the best music I'd ever made. I had like 7 other songs that I had made during that time. Because I was like, I want to make excellence and I want to make the best of the best. And, you know, did I choose the right ones every single time? I don't know, but I chose the one that I felt like was good. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, you did.
But in that time, bro, I was in the studio 24/7, and all I was doing was journaling. Every single feeling that I had.
Did that shit feel good? Like
amazing,
just
bro.
being in there all day, every day, doing what you love to do.
I was back to when I first started. You know what I mean?
Felt like a kid again.
Hey, we heard it. We heard it.
Bro, some of the first stuff that I had ever made, bro. Like, how much time do we have left on this thing?
We going.
Bro, all right. I'm gonna play you guys one of these songs that I had made.
Yup.
Y'all ain't ready for
Y'all
this.
in for a treat.
And here's the thing, bro. I made this song in high school. I think I was 17 at the time.
Eddie Dino.
And this is Eddie Dino.
Heard this?
And this is actually before I had made that name for myself. This is when I'm like,
You giving us one
Eddie Dino.
one of the ones you put in the closet?
bro, like this is a song that I had. It is like, to me, the culmination, one of my greatest creations, right? And not because of what it is sonically or the writing or whatever it is, but because I felt like I was hungry at the moment to learn and to master this, you know, this talent that I had been given, you know. So, and the competition was the first time I had felt anywhere close to being back in that zone. You know what I mean? This song's called Roller Coaster, and I'm probably never gonna drop it ever, but.
Hey, you heard it here first. Coach Ruben.
I think I was like 17 when I made this, bro.
She likes roses, flowers in her hair, and I can't even tell if she really knows how beautiful she is to me. And every time she looks at me, I sing all of the songs about love. Don't stop the roller coaster, we're living the life like Don't stop the roller coaster, we're living the life like I buy her roses.
Anyways, but I'm like,
Hey, look. 17.
Wait. We need to talk about this.
yeah, bro.
Look, you doing this at 17, you sound like The Weeknd. He sound like
that,
Music Soul Child.
Like, could be like a top alternative track right there.
And he's making this at 17.
Look, I'm just saying, you could just tell by the way you singing it what kind of music you was fucking with, because
it's a whole different vibe.
Bro, I had some 80s synths in there. I had some alternative guitars in there.
I'm like, hey, yo, like, this is shit that we fuck with.
Because 17.
Appreciate that, yeah. But here's my thing. In that time, I was in a creative zone where I was a sponge, and I was soaking in every single influence that I could get, and I was relentlessly chasing how to express myself through music, and I never felt that feeling again until that competition. You know.
Look, let me just give you some flowers real quick, because
Get his ass, cousin.
being a Polynesian in America. Everyone always feels they gotta go to reggae, or they try their hand at rap, because that's the shit that most of us fuck with. So I just want to say thank you for standing up for the shit that you fuck with, even though it's not main
For our people.
Yeah, shit that our people really fuck with. Like it's so dope to see someone veer off, and not only like being brave enough to veer off, but fucking be good at it.
Hey.
Like that shit, that's a banger. And he's 17 singing
That's
this.
what I'm saying, cousin.
So thank you for going off and like starting some new shit, because seriously, we need that.
You know what I
We
mean,
here, we
cousin?
American. We gotta adapt to what's fucking going on around us.
But not only that, but it's like that, like cousin say, man, like we need to be more like that, man. Like not be scared to go off a little bit, man. Because even though it goes against our culture, or if it goes against our belief or anything, man, like all that matters is what you think is the way you should go. So I'm saying, man, hey, real talk, man. We give you flowers, man.
Man.
Because to us, man, it's the same tree, but you started a branch, and everybody else is like, hold on, how come this part of the branch is giving this fruit, but this part is giving a different fruit? But I'm saying, man, like it. And at 17, you already had a different mindset of music, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like at me, 17, I wasn't. But I'm just saying, hearing that song.
What were you doing at 17?
I love you, Mom. But what I'm saying though is like just listening to that song, bro. Like I said, bro,
you just know this guy's destined for music from hearing some
hear
shit
that
like
from
that.
like people now that are singing now. Right. Like, you was doing that at 17.
Dang. Here's the thing: I'm 17 years old making this type of music, and no confidence in the world in it. I heard that song and
that's wild.
And I heard every single imperfection, every single like click that I messed up on the guitar. During the chorus, there's a sample of a roller coaster. I went to Great America and I used a recorder to record the roller coaster, and I sampled it and put it in there, and but I could hear like, oh, maybe that was too loud, maybe that swoosh is kind of corny, and the reason why I'm bringing all this up is I just want to talk about the importance of speaking life into young people,
Hey, and that's why we're doing this. Go ahead.
Yeah, feeds, man.
Go
like
ahead. Your camera right there. Go ahead.
You want to talk about it, man? Like feeds. Honestly, it's feeds. It's my brothers. It's my family. Never gonna discredit my family. They've always believed in me. It's the people around me who during my journey started to see where I lacked confidence and started speaking life into me, and that kind of created the person that I am today. And had I had that from the very jump. Had I had the people who I looked up to telling me that at 17, bro, imagine if I had dropped that when I was 17, where would I be right now?
Whole new path.
Whole different path of my life, you know what I mean?
Probably wouldn't be on this.
You wouldn't be here with us.
Yeah.
So
Nah,
we,
stop that.
We happy you took the route you took.
You're in line.
If I wouldn't be here with y'all, then I don't want to be the person that would have been. You know what I mean? Like for real, for
Appreciate
real.
you, my guy.
Nah,
But look, let's go out there. Let's go on to that though.
It brought out the creative juices back to you by entering the contest.
And the creative, bro, like I was in the studio. I had just moved into a new place that had a basement that like the landlord gave me full access to and said, you can do whatever you want in here. Talk about God's timing. I moved in 2 weeks before the competition started. And literally every single second I had spent in that studio, like creating, bro. And you know what I mean? Like finding myself again, you know what I mean? Finding my way back to journaling, finding my way back to just expressing myself through the music, bro. And there were points where I wasn't even journaling about like stuff I was feeling in the moment. I was processing shit that I had felt like months ago, you know what I mean? Shit. Stuff that I had been going through, and like I wrote some heartbreak songs, I wrote some love songs. And for me, I was just like, man, this is what I missed. You know what I mean? And my sis, Dasha, she would like talk to me about the competition. She was like, during that competition, you were making some of the best music you've ever made. Because she's heard a lot of my stuff, and she's a super critique. She listens to a lot of different styles of music, and she likes to put me on to new music and stuff. But she was just like, where is that in who you are? You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, I found my way back to that. And some of the music that I release now might not be up to par technically as some of the stuff that I was dropping in that moment, but the foundation behind it is. You know what I mean? Like,
it's an evolution, though.
It is.
Because you're not the same person you were when you were 17. But
Absolutely
all
not.
that knowledge is still in you, bro. So everything's just on top of what that was. So it's just dope to see, bro. But look, you win the competition.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like fucking kicking it with Pain, bro? What's that, dog? Like what kind of people you seen? What kind of shit you be getting into?
I went with my
guy?
I went with my boy Timo and Langiola's son.
Hey, shout out Timo. Where's that guy at, man?
Timo Peasy, man. He's probably driving a truck somewhere. He's a real truck driver. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my boy's not just like he does a lot of like island country music. That's right. So people be like, oh, there's a photo of a truck on the colder weather cover that he put out, and they're just like, why is the truck on there? They think about like, oh, country people, the truck drivers. No, he's a real truck driver.
That's what he do.
He led that life. You know what I'm saying? But I went with him and Langiola's son out there, and man, it was nothing but love and hospitality from the jump. You know what I mean? Like the moment we landed, I think we went straight to the hotel, and then that night we went to like Magic City. Sorry, Mom. And we went to like a couple different places. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, was this for the
What is
Wisconsin
Magic City?
Fest?
Nah,
what
that
was
was
that for?
after the Wisconsin
Oh, it
Fest.
was after that.
Yeah, man, I'm over here skipping ahead. Yeah, we went
No,
to
no, you could.
Wisconsin Fest, bro. Like they offered to fly me out there and stuff, and it was cool. It was the tickets were expensive to come out there, so they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna fly you out here. We'll take care of all that." I was like, "Hey, can I just get the money for the flight so I can just drive out there?" And they were like,
Take the money
that's
and I'll
smart.
drive.
yeah, and they were like, "Why?" And I was like, "I'm trying to bring like my family, bro." So we just put all the money toward a rental car and some gas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Drove 38 hours to Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying? To all the way there.
Wait,
Yeah.
you and who?
Me, my cousins. It was Paul. It was a bunch of us. We were all in the car and we just hopped in the car
Happy,
and Subi.
bro.
Yeah. Because, bro, I didn't want to be there by myself, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Big facts.
and some of my family, they just got their own plane tickets. They're like, we coming. You know what I'm saying? We want to witness this. We want to be there. And I perform a 15-minute set at the festival, and it's in the smaller room, right? And when we start off, there's like 15 people in there. By the end of the set, there's like 100 and something people in there. You know, they came in because they heard the music. Island music, and I can't even take full credit for it. Yeah, my music is dope, but island music, we got some special. That shit is undeniable, bro. Like when people hear it, they're like, "There's something there." You know what I'm saying? There's something there that I want to be a part of. But you know, Boss Man Payne was in the back. You know what I'm saying? He came down into the smaller room that I was playing my set at, and he came to listen, man. And that was my first time meeting him and the crew, and you know, it was hospitality. But I was just elated because I'm like, for me, it's bigger than a record deal. It's bigger than any of that. It's just affirmation that we got it. Like we really do have it. Not even the win. Like we as an island people have it. And I think about like, you know what I mean, Dinah Jane and Fifth Harmony. I think about,
Shout out.
you know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Ian Tongi winning American Idol. You know what I mean?
Yo.
Like I think about the way that I always coin this, and I never get sick of saying it, and I'm not even sure where I got it from or if I came up with it, but we have a superpower, bruh. We, as an island people, we have this superpower called empathy, bruh, and you know what I mean? Our EQ is so high, but we put our feelings and our love into everything that we do. That's why when we make music, bro, it's so different when we make R&B. It's so different when we make country. Like you just hear it in our voices, in our stories, in our harmonies, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even when we go and pursue other fields, bro, we you know what I mean? We're different doctors. We're different athletes, bro. We're different. Anything that we do, we bring that into it, you know. And people always want to be invited into that because they're like, man, I want a piece of that. Whatever that is, you know what I'm saying? So
Edu tapping into some deep shit, y'all. Don't let it go over your head. That's some real shit.
But I believe that too, man, because I feel like it's just Polynesians, man. Like I feel like storytelling and singing and all that, it's part of our culture. Like that's what we do, man. So I feel like music is a big thing in our culture. So I feel like that's meant for us. But I feel like a lot of us don't feel it like that. They feel like they gotta play football, they gotta do these things. But I feel like when I see Polynesian people like that tap into that music, like to me, I'm like, see, that's what we need to be. We need to support him or stand behind him because he's taking our culture to a different level, just like you. What I'm saying, seeing you win T-Pain and stuff like that. To me, I'm like, dude, first of all, that's a Tongan kid.
That's us.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. And second of all, he's poly. Like this guy's music is different, and you can feel that on your music,
bro.
But like I'm just saying, that's in us. Like how you were saying, like whatever we do is different, and everybody want a part of that. But I just feel like with music, it's different. It's different. That's like our shit. Does that make sense?
Hell yeah.
Just because every time we do something, we always singing. You know what I mean? We always jamming out, cousin.
Yeah, for sure.
Stories.
That's just who we are. It's part of the culture,
that's
right?
That's what I mean, bro. But I like it that he tapped into a different. Even though he still bring the culture life to it, but he tapped into a whole.
Yeah,
man. It's Polynesians, Micronesians, Melanesians,
that's
bro. Like all of us as a people, as a unit, they can't fuck with us, bro. Like for real. Like
heard that shit.
And here's my thing, bro. All right, this might be too radical or whatever. Nope. But like in my perfect world, all islanders are making a move to Utah. You know what I mean? And people in Utah are gonna be like, no, stay away. We don't want you in our state. But for me, I'm like, bro, why not? Let's choose a place to go and build, bruh. You know what I mean?
Have all us united over there.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine a place, one single place where we have schools that and shout out to the Mon Academy and all the different type of like island programs running out here. But could you imagine our first like historically Pacific university? Like a university where they're teaching our history, even high schools where they're teaching our history, our languages, our songs, the amount of power that comes with that type of knowledge and connect. Because you know what it is, bro. When the longer we stay in the education system that is teaching us about stuff that they keep changing because they're starting to realize, oh, yo, maybe this is not the right history, and we got.
Oh shit, they're learning the truth.
Yeah, they're learning the truth.
Let's rewind.
You know what I mean,
we can't brainwash them anymore. They're learning more than they should know.
Yes, sir.
And the longer we start getting disconnected from our roots, bro, like the culturally rooted, the longer we start getting disconnected from our roots, bro, like the more we lose our superpower.
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
Shit.
And we start to blend in and become just everything that America is. You know what I mean? We no longer have that thing
Big
that people are chasing and people are wanting from us. You know what I mean? When an islander enters a room, there's a presence that is felt, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Yo.
And we project this type of warmth and love or fear in front of us. You know what I mean? Because we have that superpower. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't lying.
I like that.
You ain't lying.
God mode.
But if we do, like, if we have, could you imagine, bro? A high school that has all the top talent. I bet you.
All polys.
Oh my God.
Nigga, we running over everybody.
That team is going to nationals every year. You know what I'm saying? You got, I don't know, but to me.
I like what you got.
That's just like a kahuku, but over here. Huh?
Hey, but in America?
But to me, in a place where we can develop communities that are centered around, furthering island, like, excellence, you know what I mean? As far as just like teaching financial literacy, teaching everybody,
yes, please.
You know what I mean? Well, cause bruh, we get stuck in this spot of like, hey, how do we take care of our families? And we think that we have to go and struggle, individually just to get by with our families and stuff. And if we had, bro, I wish I had somebody who had taught me early on
all these lessons that you needed
all
in
the
life.
lessons that I needed, and there's so much that I don't know. You know what I mean? Still, that I need to go and research. But if there was a place that was dedicated just to furthering that for me, how much better are our kids set up for the future? And man, I'm going on a tangent.
But I feel like, especially in the Polynesian culture, like that's kind of a sign of weakness, right? To like,
what are you talking about?
Like how Etu was saying, like we imagine if he had that when he was young.
Oh, right.
Right. But I feel like to us as a culture though, Etu, like for somebody to come up to you and say, hey man, you're gonna be okay, things are gonna be great, you're a great kid, you're good at football. I feel like we never got that. Like, and I get what you're saying, like imagine if we had that, but I kinda look at it like at that time, like I feel like that's kinda what it made us. Kind of made you is that you didn't have nobody to come up to you and tell you, hey, I do you, which would be great, but I'm just going off of like I'm saying as our people, you know what I mean? I feel like we look at
we need the struggle. Is that what you're trying to say?
Not only that, but we kind of look at that as weakness, as somebody trying to like how do you say that, like kind of help out the other. Like I'm not saying we don't help out, we help out, but I'm saying to sit them down, cousin, and say, hey, if you really focus on this, you're gonna be this. Like we got that from other people.
Right, but look, what this guy's saying is like imagine a place where there's all people like you. Like they're all young. Look, you don't know shit about credit, but I'm gonna teach you right now. You get your first credit card, don't max that shit out. Like some dumb shit like that, but that's America. That's them brainwashing us to not know shit. So when we grow up to adults, we fuck up. And then we're stuck in this system where we work for somebody else until we're 60 years old and then fucking don't have any more life left. So like what I agree with what this guy's saying. Like we need to learn more about us and what makes us us, because that gives us more of the superpower.
Yeah.
More of the shit we need to share.
That just messed me up though, because I never thought about when he said imagine like if we had like all, and in my mind I was like, bro, I never even thought like
me neither. See, your brain is You want some real shit.
Kapapulu, maneko.
Okay, but look, let's go to this. Okay, so obviously we addressed the whole T-Pain thing already. We don't need to go back to that. But what were you doing like then? Like, were you just still putting out music?
So from I released Island Summer right before I went out to Wisconsin, and when I dropped that project, it was just songs from the competition plus one of my favorite songs that I created. And after I dropped that, I knew that the next project I wanted to drop was after we had the conversation about the contract, you know what I mean, in details. And for about 6 to 8 months, we had just kind of gone back and forth on what was, you know, what I wanted, what they wanted, you know what I mean? And things, you know, as far as like lawyers and all that go, you know, things get lost in translation sometimes, you know, sure. And it just went back and forth. And for me, people may not agree with how I value myself, but they don't have to. I know what I'm worth. You know what I mean? That's okay. You know what I mean? Sir. Like, and it's okay if, you know what I mean, somebody laughs at me for not taking the deal. Yeah, it could have changed my life for sure. Yeah, it could have opened up new doors for me to do whatever. But I'm such a stubborn person that I'm like, I'm gonna open those doors anyway. You know what I mean? Like, it might take me a little more time. You know what I mean? It might take me a little more work, but I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? As long as I can own my masters and know that I have everything that I need. You know what I mean? And you know, me and my team, not my team, me and the collective that my partners, you know, we presented a plan of how to launch the album and whoop and all that. And not hearing back was probably one of the best things, because it, for me, you know, like, and they've gone on to sign another artist who's runner-up, and, you know, they're doing their thing and they're moving, and
all good.
Love for them. Please do that. For me, it gave me time to kind of step back. You know what I mean? And in that time, I kind of became like a heavy mixer. I can't even say that like I'm a full mixer, because there's people in Utah, like Cava Lake City is real, bruh. There's some real mixers out here, you know what I'm saying? You think you got some Lioness in your state? Come out here, bro. You gonna find out real quick.
Don't abuse Cava, but it's okay if Cava abuse.
There you go. Yep. Don't abuse it, but it's okay if it gets you.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, but look, let me just say it, dude. Look, to go into to be accepted by Nappy Boy, that's a big deal. But I think it takes even bigger balls to say, hey, I'm going to step away and do my own shit. And what's crazy about it is when I was trying to do some research, is right after you won, you pushed a tour, right? Like for your own album. Like you were already pushing yourself, like before you got the hype of T-Pain and Nappy Boy, you were already like on your own shit. Like, hey, I'm going out, I'm going to do it. I'm gonna go hit up some cities, and
you know, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. This is just speculation from my side, but I think they were kind of thrown off by that. You know,
who was
the
Nappy Boy?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but
look, you
more so on just like, you know, you kind of take things with a grain of salt, but it's just like, oh, he's moving like without me, you know, and that could be a good thing. That could be a bad thing. I don't know which way to take that.
Look, you can't just put your life on pause because you have to wait on them now.
Absolutely.
You're already pushing yourself, and you were in this direction already.
But what he's saying, right, though, from the other guy's point of view is,
he's doing it without us now. Yeah, like, he
needs me, and then he sees that he's doing that. He's like, oh, okay, never mind then.
More so for me, I'm just that to me was purely a celebration tour. It was a celebration tour for me, and what I wanted to do was go out and see the people who were with me. You know what I mean? And every city that I showed up in, whether it was 15 people or whether it was a sold out show, I fucking gave everything I had. Every single time. Arizona, I think we had like 32 people there, bro. And those 32 people probably got my best show of that entire tour.
Yeah.
Tacoma was one of my favorites. I think there were like 50 people there. maybe, you know, and I gave them everything too. And so did Salt Lake City came out and showed so much love.
That's crazy.
But for me, what that was to me was, hey, like I want to see the people that were here, you know what I mean? And I want to see the people that are going to come out and see me. And I want to just give a huge shout out to every single part of my family that poured into that, because that was really out of our own pockets, bro. Like
that was all you.
Like we made no money on that tour, for real, for real. Like if you think that we flew to Hawaii, you know what I mean, and we did a show out there, and I'm not even kidding. Like the entire tour was literally a love project, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I was
just gonna say it's a love tour.
Yeah,
all for the love, huh?
It really was, and I could not have done it without my brothers, without my family that supported me, without my cousins who came on the tour on their own dime to, you know, sell merch and do all that. You know what I mean? And for me, in my own way, it was great to see the people that came out, and especially that came out with like barely any promotion behind it, bro. Like I literally posted up on my Instagram, and I'll just be telling people like, yo, I'm coming to your city, I'm coming out there, you know what I mean? And that was it, you know what I mean? Wow. And that was okay for me, you know what I mean? And there was a lot of like, oh, like is people from the outside, they're looking in, they're like, hey, is this show's doing well? Is whoa. I didn't care about none of that noise.
Yeah, you weren't worried about that.
I wasn't worried about any of that noise, bro. Like all I wanted to do, and my brother, like literally, I sat down with my brother, and he was talking to me, and he's one of my main partners, and he was just like, yo, do you want to see this tour through? Because if you see this tour through, we're going to go in the hole a lot. You know what I mean? We're going to come out of our pockets a lot. You know what I mean? And I was like, well, let's see it through. Like, I told these people I was coming to their city, and I want to come and give them a show. You know what I mean? And to me, yeah, in hindsight, do I wish I could have done better about, like, financially, you know, planning this and that and that and that? It was a learning experience. Yes, I do. But we still saw it through. We didn't cancel it, you know what I'm saying? We didn't cancel shows for whatever. I had been performing so much, I lost my voice before I could go to Texas. Damn. And I didn't want to go to Texas and be like, you know what I mean? I was not trying to do that. So
try to give them the best
show.
show.
I still got to go over there and give them a show. But like that was the only show that I did, and it wasn't because I didn't want to be there. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to see every single show through. But yeah, it's
let me go for this. Are you a religious person?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm a Lutheran.
Just saying like your story, bro, so far and everything. That I just feel like God, man, was like by your side for every little thing, man.
Big part.
Yeah.
Go through, you know what I mean? So that to me, that's just what I feel now, man. Just you speaking, like I could just in my mind, I'm like, man, this God loves you, bro.
You know what it is, bro? Like there are months in the last like 6-7 years that I have gone and volunteered to do like music for high school kids. You know what I mean? Like volunteering to do music in Young Life, you know, and
just going out of your way.
Yeah,
time, right?
but giving my time, but it's because I felt a calling to be in those places. You know what I mean? And there were times where a tour, like opening for like artists who are pretty big, you know what I mean, came up, and I had to choose between the two, and my heart leaned toward doing the volunteer work, you know what I mean? And never once have I felt like, oh man,
went back to the concert.
Yeah, regret, you know what I mean? Did I battle with that while I was at camp sometimes? Like, you know, there's obviously, you see posts of like the people that went on to go open for them, and you see where their career is going and stuff, and you're like, man, that could have been me. And then, you know, you kind of reset your heart and you check in, and you're just like, you know what, nah, I'm here for a reason. Be present, you know what I mean? Be sensitive to your calling and do what you're here to do. Because in reality, bro, I don't know why God keeps trying to use me. Like, I'm not.
We do.
Yeah, bro.
Here's the thing, bro. Like my cousins and them started the podcast, and you know what I mean. They never released anything because it's called The Shitty Christian. You know what I mean? Because, but here's the thing.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? For me, that title itself speaks to a lot, and a lot of people don't agree with my point of view. But I'm like, you know what? Like, no, regardless of how I'm walking, like I'm always trying to point my compass north. You know, I'm always trying to point back toward righteousness. You know what I mean? But even in my times where I feel so unworthy, you know what I mean? He's constantly using me still, and I have to put my pride aside and be like, oh, I have to be worthy to be used. I had to put that aside because you know what? A lot of times I feel like I have to bring God with me.
Man.
That is not it, bro. When I show up, and my pastor John was one of my mentors who told me this, and even Tom, one of my mentors, he reinforced this: is God is present wherever you go. All you have to do is show up and be used. You know what I mean? And
anyone can be used.
For sure. Even a shitty Christian like me. You know what I'm saying? That's real.
Hey, look, people who know us be saying the same shit. Oh, look at these guys. Now they talking about gospel and spirituality.
But that's us. You know what I mean? You can say whatever you want about us, but we all have our journey and we all know where God's at in our journey.
Yeah, definitely.
No, dope to see though, man. We could definitely tell like you bring a different vibe. You're a spiritual dude, and just your insights and everything you speak about, it shows. So, hey, good on you and doing what you know you should be doing.
Look, so we're gonna start doing this. I ask my guests this every time they come on our show.
Okay.
And it's two questions. The first question is, what is one thing? Obviously, this is culturally rooted, but what is one thing about your culture that you agree with and that you live by and you like it? And what's one thing that you don't live by and you hate it that the culture have it? You know what I mean? Or that you don't want to pass on?
I think one of the key pillars of who I am is humility and learning how to be authentic in humility and not, false humility. Because I think this is the same answer for both. When we live in the egoless path, we don't. It's not about pointing at me and look at me and what I'm doing. It's about, okay, how do I take what I have and redirect it either to give the glory to God, or how do I take what I have and redirect it to have the circle around me get better with me? You know what I mean? And a lot of the times, humility is falsely used. Like is so fake in our culture. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like you have people who Kapapulu, bro.
No, you did.
Okay. Wait. All right.
Okay.
All right. Let me Kapapulu.
Yeah, just a little
Let me retwist this before it gets too hot in here. There's just a lot of false humility in our culture, and people who like to pretend that they're humble. You know what I mean? But really do want the spotlight pointed at them. And that's okay.
Hey,
I mean, like,
big facts, bro. Like, hey, this is one of the big reasons why we love doing this shit is because in the culture, people can't really talk like that. That's taboo. No, man, you don't say shit like that.
Yeah, real fast.
But for us to be here and for you to say some shit like that, y'all know somebody in your family who does this shit.
Nigga, it's you.
It's you.
Talking about
if you
you.
don't know, it's you. So check yourself.
Nah, real talk though, man. It's like that's really like why we had this podcast, man, because like we kind of want to talk about everything, you know what I mean? And nothing is filtered, you know what I mean? We don't hide from nothing, bro. Let's talk about it. That's kind of like our thing, man. So we appreciate you for
Great answer.
Yeah, man, letting us talk about it. And that is a great answer, man.
Right.
Cousin, you got a cultural question?
I got one more for you, Etu. Being that we're all Tongan from the South Pacific, what's one thing from the culture you would say that has shaped your identity in the most heaviest way?
Just love.
Just love.
All false.
Yeah, everything we do should be rooted in love, you know, like, and that's regardless of what profession you're in or what it pertains to. You know what I mean? If it's not done with love, if it's not being done with love, I don't want it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna stand by me and you're gonna wait for me to, and you're only doing what you're doing for me because you want me to get to a certain place so you can get back, then I don't want it. You know what I mean?
Hey, yo.
And there are a few people who come into your life like that. And you know the funny part, this might get a little, it's not gonna get too spicy.
Not get spicy.
Yeah, come on.
And if it get too spicy, we kapapulu that shit.
Okay.
I got some milk.
You know, when I won the competition, there were so many people who sent me messages
I
privately.
bet.
Guarantee.
Oh.
You know, sent me messages privately, congratulating me and giving me props and saying, hey, like, you did this, whoop, 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 whoop. And cool. That like I really appreciated and loved all that. None of those people posted about it when I was trying to win it. You know, none of those people. They saw it though. Like,
your shit.
Like and it's not about like. It's just like you. Let me put it like this. When I started giving the vibe that I hadn't been signed to Nappy Boy, a lot of the people who had been in contact with me fell off. Because, you know, nothing was moving with Nappy Boy, so they no longer have an end game of like of needing that relationship. So
that's crazy.
Everybody wants to ride with you while you're on the high.
Yeah, definitely.
No one wants to fuck with you no more.
Isn't it? You don't need that.
Hey, but isn't it funny how you remember? Like you'll see the people giving love after, and you're like, nigga, you weren't sharing my shit when I was trying to fucking win this shit.
And here's the thing, bro. Like, for me, I'm okay with that. Like, I honestly, I got the village behind me, and that's all I need. That's what the 0.8 represents. You know, I got.
Well, Etu don't want to talk shit, but we're not okay with that.
So stop being fake.
We're talking about you. With your fat ass sitting on the couch hating on Etu. Yeah, we talking about you.
If you don't support, really support.
Put the food down.
Put the kapapulu down and the manioke.
Okay?
It's not, you know what it is, bro? It's not even for me, bro. It's I can handle that because I have dealt with enough adversity to understand how to move when that type of stuff happens, you know what I mean? But I'm talking for our kids that come up, bro. Like, what about Ian Tongi? The wave that he's on right now, like,
hey, American Idol.
Here's the thing,
there's
like,
gotta be hella niggas like
people would ever be in there.
Ian, I can help you.
But that's the thing, like, that kid has such a pure heart. I met him once, and the warmness that you feel just standing next to him, he's so pure.
I think that's why I think that's how he won it, man. Because I feel like everybody felt that
he's authentically just him.
You can't hate him, man. No one hates that guy.
And I'm scared for anybody who would come into his life just to leech.
Ill will, any ill will.
Yeah, just to, you know what I mean? And I don't know if that's happened yet or not. You know what I mean?
You know it has, because our people, come on now.
But that's the thing.
Aunties,
like,
sisters, and can you send some money?
I have loved the island support that has rallied around the kid, you know what I mean? And has been there with him. And people who have just uplifted him, and every concert that he's been on and featured me with, you know what I mean? And all the artists whose songs that he sang, him coming onto, you know what I mean? But like him coming on stage with them, Breezy, him coming on the stage with them, singing the songs that he grew up on, like that shit is beautiful. Common Kings, him rocking with Common Kings and them, being at the Common Kings concert, like on with them. Like,
you ain't lying.
Our island people standing behind him is so beautiful. You know what I mean?
And not only that, but like what you just said, like for all the mainstream people who don't know the music that we fuck with, now they getting a little piece of it through Em.
Yeah,
Em's the bridge, man.
How poly did that nigga look though when he walked out there? Silipa,
yeah, just him.
Yeah,
just him being him and singing songs that they sing at the mix. I'm kidding.
You ain't lying. No,
for real.
For real.
I'm not your son.
But like, my thing is, when the hype dies, let's not stop that.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's support.
Let's not ride the wave while he won, and then all of a sudden he's done.
And then it's just like, oh, he's not hot anymore. You know what I mean? Like, let's keep pushing him the way that we're pushing him right now. You know what I mean? And support him so that when the mainstream, because I don't know what his contract looks like right now, but the way the eyes are on him right now, you know what I mean? All we can do is propel him forward. You know what I mean? And if we're the first ones to fall off and we're his people, we have failed him. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Let everybody else fall off his support wagon before we even think about that. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a lot there to unpack, but
it's tight though. Hey.
Okay, look. So we're coming up to the end of our. I mean, not the end, but we're getting there. Of our podcast.
Yeah.
And we do kind of rapid fire questions.
Okay.
And you have to answer.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll go a couple rounds. I'll go first. Who in your mind is the GOAT of music? Like
music, period?
Oh, yeah. Like
Ooh, good question, cousin.
of all music, like no.
Okay,
Every genre,
Yeah.
everything.
Just okay, yeah. Okay, no, let's do it like
He's making it hard for you, huh?
Yeah,
no,
that's a lot of different
Okay,
genres.
let me do it like this. I'm gonna throw out I'll throw out R&B, and you just give me an answer who that is. I'll throw out reggae. I want you to give me.
Cousin, you just gotta ask like one or two.
Okay.
What is it? Reggae? Is it R&B? What is it?
Who is the king of R&B?
Mm,
In Etu's opinion.
Babyface.
Ooh. Hey, yo.
Hey,
Can't go wrong with some Babyface.
better than R. Kelly.
Says that?
Better than R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Hey, R. Kelly got bangers, but
Go ahead, cousin.
okay. Dream collab. If you could get anybody to just fly over right now and sing a song with you, who would that guy be? Because I know Fiji was a big person for you, but you got cuts with Fiji and those shits was all fire.
Yeah.
Great question.
My dream collaboration would definitely be John Mayer or Tori Kelly. Yeah.
Please, we gonna tag y'all. Go fucking listen to my niggas' music and Tori, John Mayer. Fuck. Yes, please.
You know what's funny is I recorded covers of John Mayer songs, and then I made like a cover of a Tori Kelly song where I put her vocals in there with me, so it could sound like we did a duet. So technically, we kind of have a song together. But
Can you let us listen to that later on?
yeah, I got you.
Oh, we're gonna
I'll
get
send it to you after. I'll
some
send it to you
music
after.
after this. Yeah, okay.
Go ahead, cousin.
All right, so my next,
Let's go 3 rounds.
yeah, okay. Yeah. My next question is gonna be, what is your favorite Polynesian food?
Puteni. Someone's call it
That's the second
bulini.
time we got Puteni, though.
Is it?
I think Celia said Puteni too.
No, she said Whakakai.
Oh.
So it might be pretending.
Or is it someone's call it bulini? Oh my god, bro!
Fire.
I had some at the Polynesian Days Festival in Lehigh, and I swear to God, it was like I still don't know what the who made it yet, but
Fire.
it was the best that I've had since I've been here.
Damn.
Goddamn.
All right. I know, making us hungry and shit. If you had to listen only to 3 artists
Great question.
in your life, like you only can choose 3 people to listen to,
Yeah.
who would be the 3 people?
Fiji, John Mayer, and J. Cole.
Ooh.
Yeah, I fucks with J. Cole.
I like that. That's
Hey, why? Hold on. Why? This is off subject, but why are you like John Mayer so much? Because look, me and cousin, big fan, but I feel like it's just us two that fucks with him heavy though.
John, honestly,
Is it the guitar? It's the way.
it's in 2007 he dropped a concert DVD called Where the Light Is, you know, and it's the Live in LA concert. And when I was first trying to learn guitar, like for real,
You're watching that?
I would lock myself in my room like for 2-3 hours a day and put it on and learn songs.
Guitar, bro, it's different.
And here's the thing, I was learning those songs thinking that, okay, these are just normal songs to learn, not knowing that this man is like crazy with it.
Oh yeah, that's
And I fell in love with the songs, and honestly, the way he is as a songwriter, if you study the way I put lyrics together, there's a lot of influence from him and from Ed Sheeran, you know, and
Okay.
Yeah.
I go with my question.
I like that solid 3.
If they were dead or alive,
okay,
if they were gonna throw a concert,
okay,
who's the one that Eto's going to watch?
Michael Jackson.
Ooh,
Have to. Who,
I hate you,
bro,
bro.
like,
Dude, every cousin, dude, I'm a big
Yeah, nigga.
man. That's a whole different
What?
subject.
man,
Boy, I grew
What?
I grew up on him. I used to do all his shit growing
You ain't
up.
10 minutes of absolute pandemonium, and all he's doing is standing there.
You ain't lying.
He's
The
different,
energy
bro.
that is in that
He's
concert room, I don't need to see anybody
He's
else.
different, bro.
You know what I
He
mean?
knows
Like-
how to perform. He knows how to get. Yeah, you okay? Go ahead, guys.
Good question. All right, we got an ongoing debate, Etu.
Okay.
We always talk about who's the GOAT in basketball. So
Oh, jeez.
look. I always
Here
say
we go.
I
Here
say
we go.
I always say Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Cousin over here always says LeBron James.
LBJ.
Okay.
Fucking weak.
Shout out Superman. Who's not
Shout
here.
out Superman, but he always says Mamba, Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
So who you say? One of those 3, or you got somebody else?
Yeah, who's the GOAT?
You're about to hate me right now.
No, I'm not.
Steph Curry.
Hey, thanks for tuning in.
I told you, bro.
Wait a fucking minute.
I'm gonna let him finish his career until I start going to the grave for this. But
okay, I see.
But why?
Right now,
can you just like a little bit of elaboration
you have
on that?
another one right there.
If you want. Why Steph though? Better than MJ?
yeah, I just.
That's okay. Yeah. What
I'm
makes
gonna just have to stand on it.
Okay.
You know, and say
That's
Steph Curry. You know, and he's my just
That's right.
personally for me.
That's right.
Because nobody like when I came up here in the States, I would watch different sports. You know, I watched a lot of baseball actually growing up.
Oh
you know,
shit.
the Giants were pretty good when I was, growing up. So I got interested in baseball, and it was one of the cheapest tickets to be able to go to a game, every now and then, run away from home and go watch a game.
Sometimes.
Sorry, Mom. But
confess your life.
but honestly, bro, like watching Steph made me love the game. Like watching Steph play, and not even about winning the championships, but just like work ethic, bro. I wasn't blessed enough to come up in the era of watching Mamba play. I got here in like 2006, you know what I mean? And he was great, you know what I'm saying? But for me, like I was in high school and coming out of high school, and the first person to really catch my eye was Steph. Cause you just see this person who is relentless about running around the court and never stopping.
And he looks just like an average dude. He's not hella tall or anything, slim.
Like, I just want to say this though. Etu knows a lot about music, but not about basketball.
Hey, y'all asked me who the GOAT is. I'm gonna give you my answer. I'm not about to be one of these people who try to say LeBron and have no reason why he's saying, you know what I mean, or Kobe. You know what I'm saying, like that.
You're the first one to go off, but I respect that.
We're gonna go into this though. What's up? We got some bangers we can.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I mean?
I got some bangers. I also
something.
Hey, whatever you want to share with the people.
Okay. Hey, this is you now. You do whatever you want now.
Cool. We're running kind of long on this one. Sorry, guys.
This is you. This is you right now.
This is normal for us.
On the real.
Hell yeah.
Real talk, bro.
I want to shout out island businesses. I want people to start giving more recognition to our island businesses and start showing more love to them. And like honestly, if you can spend $70-$80 on a shirt from one of them brands that you be spending on,
it goes a long way.
Yeah, it goes a long way to spend 20 or 30 with our people.
Push for our people, man.
I got my obligated on right now. Yeah, this song's called Everything.
When I wake up in the morning, give thanks for the air I'm breathing. Give thanks for the song I sing, the melody in my heart. And when I lay down in the evening, I can't help but count my blessings. So much to be grateful for, I don't know where to start. I give thanks for my family and for my friends, I love them. So never take them for granted, 'cause you never know when the time comes, when all you have left are memories. Live in the moment, thankful for everything. For everything, I forgive thanks for everything. Even if I didn't have anything, I'd still be grateful for everything. I forgive thanks for everything. Even if I didn't have anything, I'd still be grateful. Oh, yeah. And I know some people are cool out.
Thanksgiving, man. That's gonna drop in November.
Look, before we end, man, I gotta say this, bro. That kind of like I felt that in a whole different vibe, bro. Because like how the lyrics is like, you know what I mean, be grateful before they're no longer here.
Mm-hmm.
And like going off of that, bro, like I always bring it up. Being cousin, you know what I mean? Like I feel like losing your parent. Like we both lost our dad. But I'm saying like that, just hearing that's the thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like at like the hardest time ever in my life, bro. But I feel like that's what it was. Like my dad always telling me, just be grateful. You know what I mean? No matter what you're going through now, Disrespectful. So I feel like, man, I felt that whole song in a different light. What you think, cousin?
You ain't lying. Look, you can't help but like start to get in your feels.
That's what I'm saying.
Like if I was by myself, I probably like shed a few tears right now. I'm trying to act up right now.
Looking down.
My head was down the whole time because I'm like, oh shit,
That's exactly
this nigga about to make us cry. Usually we make other people cry on our show, but dude, damn nigga, like that song proves that you're a songwriter because you can't help but feel a certain type of way hearing the lyrics. You just gotta appreciate what you got. The song speaks for itself.
And not only that, bro, but you gotta let the world, bro, hear your shit. They gotta, because they already know about you, bro. Now, bro, you gotta let the world hear you, bro, because it's crazy.
Hey, they're gonna hear it no matter what. Shit like that.
But you heard it here first, though.
You know what it is, bro? Like, I've been trying to figure out for the last few years how exactly I'm supposed to move in the industry. Like, am I supposed to be like Russ and be this like independent tycoon in the island industry that's moving like the whoop 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 whoop? Am I supposed to be like this person who's, you know what I mean, the signed person who's got like this and this going on for them? And that's never been my lane, and I haven't accepted that until the last few months. Like, wow. My lane is just making music for the people, you know, and yeah, it's not the glamorous lifestyle that a lot of people have where they can, like, you know what I mean, make 6-7 figures off of it, you know what I mean? But God's gonna provide.
You will, though.
Yeah, God's gonna provide. And all I gotta do is just continue this path of being authentic to myself, because that's where I lost it. I started making music for people, bruh. When I started making music for people, I lost my way. And I started trying to write for people's journals instead of writing my own, you know what I mean? And people are like, oh, those are great songs still, whoop, whoop, whoop. And I'm like, yeah, it's great songs, but man, I'm not sharing, like, I'm all my pent up, like, you know, feelings and emotions are here now because I'm trying to write everybody else's feelings and emotions, and I've lost like my therapy in the music, you know what I mean?
Don't work that way, huh?
Yeah, and this song right here, bro, I sat in the studio playing it for like 6-7 hours, you know, and shout out to EJ, you know, EtuSZN, shout out to Rain, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Gina James, also Aaron, you know. I love y'all. They were in the studio with me for a long time. They were doing the background vocals for a lot of the songs, you know what I mean? And they kind of sat with me in the process of like relearning how to make music therapy. But, you know, it's for me, I'm just like, hey, take it one step at a time, do the music, tell the stories the way you're supposed to tell it. You know, you think about Fiji, right? He hasn't not once dropped an official music video for any of his songs.
We banging his shit.
But the thing is, because the way that he always, when he told me, he said, I've always felt my calling was to tell stories through music. You know what I mean? And if that's my calling, I don't need a visual to, you know what I mean, to tell the stories for me. Yeah, would it have made the song maybe get more views or whatever on YouTube? Yeah, whatever. But it did its purpose. You know what I mean?
Did what it's supposed to do. So, but hey, we can hella tell it in the music that you're just authentic and you're being your true self. So, man, again, Etu, we just want
that's how we know you're gonna win, bro.
You're gonna win. Yeah. There's no way of losing with you doing what you're doing, how you're doing it right now. So,
because it's not about the fast way, man. It's about doing it the right way.
Come on,
so, you know,
tell them.
So many people try to get there fast, but with the way just us hearing your story, bro, is you doing it the right way, man. And when you do it the right way, bro, God bless you. You
can't lose.
You can never. You're never ever gonna take an L when you do it the right way.
Hey,
come on.
We just want to give you your flowers, Etu, man. You didn't have to be here with us, and
right there, brother.
Oh, I got you.
No, you good. You good.
Yeah.
Drink, bro.
Yeah.
The Celsius too good.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, get yourself a Celsius. But hey, real talk.
Let me switch you. Try that one.
Oh, okay.
Just try both of them, dog.
Hell yeah.
Hey, we appreciate you being on, man, taking the time out to come hang out with us. And, man, I feel like we already fucked with you hard before you came on the show. But, man, just hearing the story, hearing the music, man, you cannot not love this guy. So, hey, if y'all fucking with us today, please go follow. We're going to put his plug on. Go mess with my guy. He's going up. He's going up.
Hey, yeah, for real, man. Like, again, man, Palo, man, appreciate you for coming on Culturally Rooted, man, and letting us tell your story, man. Like I said, there's some kid out there that's watching right now, man, and you have dropped a lot of jewels where to make anybody that's watching is gonna be like, okay.
Yes, sir.
It's like I feel like out of the whole conversation, what I learned today is that what you're trying to get out there is, if you got a dream, man. Look, if you got a dream, kid, son, if you're a son, you're a dad, you're whatever, man, go for it, man. You know what I mean? Like, life is too short to just sit there and wonder what could have been when you could have just done it. You know what I mean? And then
Be true to yourself.
And then you can sit there and say, well, I did it, it didn't work out, but at least you did it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You feel me? Instead of going to your deathbed thinking, I should have done this.
Shit. Hell yeah.
So I appreciate you, man, for coming on here again, man. Like I said, we just wanted to give you your flowers and tell the world your story, man. So again, man, Malo.
Hey, thank you for having me on the Culturally Rooted podcast, man. For real, for real.
Sir.
Hey,
Superman, I miss you, man. I was looking forward to chopping it up with you too, man.
We're gonna run it back. We're gonna run it back. We're gonna run it back.
But let me say this real quick before we close, though.
Okay.
Do you know how to speak Samoan?
Do I know how to speak Samoan?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
So when you made that song with the Molo tribe,
I got a lot of Samoan family, you know. So like I can
No,
I
hey,
can fake it till I make it. You know what I'm saying?
The Fijian cuts.
Cousin.
He be singing in
What
every.
I'm trying to say though, cousin, is he just different with these.
I talked to him about that off like way back then. Bro.
Yeah, we're gonna have more conversation
Had to be
off
on it.
camera. But I'm
That's
just
for
saying,
round two.
I just wanted to bring that up, bro, because that when I heard that, bro, in my mind, I really thought, I was like, look, this guy knows how to speak.
Hey, not only that, all the Samoans was like, "Oh, fire!"
Hey, they're the one that's saying his video doing his.
Then usually you got some hard critics on that
Here's-
side,
here's
but
my
they were
thing,
loving
yeah.
it.
You're
So.
different, bro. You're different. That's what I'm saying.
All I gotta say is, man, like I think our languages are so important to learn. You know what I mean? And when I make a song, I have to go through 5 or 6 approvals before I put anything out. You know, and I might not be perfect. You know, everybody's gonna find a flaw somewhere in there, especially if I'm not a native speaker. You know what I mean? Right. But you know, it's people are gonna be like, oh, you only made this type of song. You only made this type of song. Man, Fiji's the blueprint for me. My man's got a song in every island language.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
For real,
Like,
for real. And they're bangers.
and
He got them singing his song.
come on, bro. I want to go farther, bro. I want to make Micronesian songs. I want to make Melanesian songs. I want to go. You know,
Let's go.
I want to have a song so that no matter where I go in the island nations, I have a song just for them. You know what I mean? And that's not me trying to be a part of anybody's culture. That's just me trying to say, let's be all one people. Be inclusive of each other, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
One people, different color.
Hey, Malo for fucking with us
Real
today.
talk, though.
Shout out Etu. Go follow him
Thank
on
you.
Instagram, all his social handles.
Appreciate you. We'll
Yeah,
shout him
fun.
out. Hey. Toodles. Top ramen noodles.